microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
Chair or tall camera. I don't know. Chris is not short. I wouldn't say you're super tall, but you're above average. The average is what, 5'10"? You're above that.
Way above that.
Way above that. Not even close. What are you talking about? Good morning to everyone. Jason Ross, Christopher Laud, and we are efforting. Well, I don't know that we are. I think Dave is efforting to join us on the show today. That's the plan. Maybe. So we hope.
You know what I think it is?
What's that?
He just partied way too hard when the Dodgers won.
Well, there's a reason for that, Chris. You know why?
Why is that?
Well, I think he's fond of that city, and I mean, it's been proven.
He called it.
He did, and yeah, they did. I like to. Tonight will be big though. Game 8. Did they stop? Did they end it after that one?
Yeah, it's over.
Oh.
Where do you think Game 8 would have been played?
Kansas City.
Here's the thing. As a person that has not watched baseball in quite some time, if every game was like Game 6 or Game 7, I would watch all of them.
Yeah. Everyone's like, Game 7, one of the highest rated games. Like, well, it's because baseball got into a spot where the final game meant everything. There wasn't 100 million games in between, though I'm a fan of all the games. But yeah, the last two made it very, very interesting.
Love every single game.
I love all my games. I mean, all of them. Welcome in. Happy Monday. It is November the 3rd. Wow. It's already gone, but can you believe it? It's already here, November 3rd. Unbelievable. We will, today on the show, go through a lot of things, including a Saturday Kings victory in Milwaukee. They never win there, but they won there. How does that happen? When are the Kings ever going to win again? When? How? They're not going to beat anybody. And someone asked me the other day, and this was, Dave had talked about, and he's not wrong in this, how they're going to be underdogs in all these games. I said, yeah, probably. Well, when are they going to win? And I think his answer was, and it can't just be it's the NBA. And I said, that's actually my answer. It is the NBA. We've done this long enough. There are plenty of games we will look at the schedule and go, that looks like a win.
Oh, man. And Milwaukee fans are crashing out after that game.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Kind of one of the benefits of not being on social media, though it would have been fun to see that. I mean, I'm there some, but
the Kings just get every call.
Which they did. They got, we were going nuts about 46 free throws. 46 free throws for the Lakers. Are we going to see anybody shoot 46 free throws? Kings shot 40. I mean,
Still not 46.
Second cousin. We're going to talk like this the whole way? Why not? But they made them, which is great. Milwaukee, you had your chances. You missed them. Enough of them. But we will talk about that game today. We will talk about a wild and wacky Sunday in the NFL. We had an amazing conclusion to the World Series. For those of you that are Dodger fans, you love it. Congrats. For the rest of you, yeah. Yep. Toronto. I heard that's the correct pronunciation. Take out that second T. Toronto.
It's like Sacramento.
It is like Sacramento.
I think I've said that before. I was told that our accents and people from Toronto are very similar.
Toronto, Sacramento, and a lot of people say basketball or like the T isn't like basketball. It just kind of move it through, push it through.
Maybe that's what the Kings' problem's been.
Yeah, they've been playing basketball, not basketball. So here we are on this Monday. We will get into a ton of things, all those things today. Matt Barros scheduled to join us at 9. We got a lot of recapping to do from a 3 in the key. Our final streaking. Did Chris continue his playoff streak, World Series streak? We have Zach Geloff was our celebrity picker last week. How did he do on his picks? So we've got that. We've got stuff to look.
Shameful performance.
Ooh, is that an early preview or is that on Chris? I don't know. We'll have to decide. Just don't know where the bites come in, but AI is smart. They know when to play things, and I don't know. Maybe. We will have, some are telling me, and I don't know, again, back to AI, because that's who runs the show, a historic Kings Rewind. I don't even know what that means, but it's just a rewind. I don't know. But that's the word on the street. That'll be a historic rewind coming up around 75. Peg John, Kings Rewind or not? Oh, yeah. Rewind does not sleep. They could play Friday, Saturday with a holiday on Monday, and we're back Friday, Saturday, no game Sunday, holiday Monday and play, and we're back Tuesday. Oh, you'll get a triple size rewind. In this case, it's just a Saturday game, so we've got a one size fits all rewind today.
Next week on vacation. Do you think Rewind's taking a vacation?
You're on vacation?
I am.
It's not my vacation.
Not your vacation.
Well, how can you do that?
Oh. Rewind doesn't take a vacation.
The big computer simulation comes with you? I mean, the bytes that are in Chris's head stay there. They don't go away when he goes on vacation. Even though he'd like to shut it down, he can't. He can't turn it off. It's his blessing and his curse. It's all in one. By the way, Chris, shout out to you. Some more love for Rewind on the weekend. A lot of people liked for Thursdays. Was it Thursdays?
Yes.
After the Bulls, yes.
Okay.
That was a smash hit.
Smash hit.
Yeah. So we do welcome everybody in. Good morning, everybody. A lot of people here bright and early. Good morning. People are firing away. We got Overcommitter, Eric Q, Smoking Q's. Peg Junk, Campeo, Luck. I got to be careful saying this. Luck the Fakers. Jess is here. Zeebs. All right. A lot of the gang is here, and we appreciate you for joining us here this morning. Chris, you have completed, unless you're continuing, to my knowledge, you were going 3+ days of a fast. How did it all, how did the date end? How did it go?
It's probably just like all the rest of them.
You were feeling pretty good, though. You were
the
hungry
only
on
problem
Friday.
was like I went to go work out with my cousin the day I first ate, and it was like running through quicksand. I'm just like, I don't feel right.
Really?
Yeah.
Just not enough energy.
Yeah.
No juice. You didn't have any juice. Oh, no, not that kind of it. Even though that energy might have helped you. But you made it through. I think your first meal was Saturday at some point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just basic.
All good?
Eggs, toast.
Just kind of smooth into it. And now he's eating everything inside.
Everything.
I mean, he was in there eating a chair. It was kind of weird, but season it right, Am I right? So, good. Everything good? You feel good after that? And,
yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to check in with
I woke
Angie
up early.
today.
I've got like energy.
Really? Did somebody say? Yeah, he did.
I haven't even had coffee yet.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a new Chris.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how the rest of the day goes.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that went well for you. How was? Oh, you said because Halloween, it was still Friday night, was in fasting mode. You weren't going to go out. Just makes it easier. You don't have to, be out and about with friends and family or whatever, and people are having a good old time, and you're like, I can't really partake in that. So, was Halloween as you expected? Early knocks on the door?
Just the one family.
Just the one family. The one sole family. And then that was it. Shut it down.
Yep.
Lock it up. It was weird being on the road for Halloween. Kind of uneventful in a sense of, traveled with Sac State football. Had a great trip. That was fun. The game was good. But, we were in a hotel. And I don't really remember seeing, to my knowledge, that many staff members or people dressed up there. And obviously when you're in a hotel, there was no trick-or-treating going on. Watched the baseball game, had a little dinner, and then it was up and at 'em going to the game. Though I did post this on social media. I have done a lot of football games, called them in my life, or been to football games, watched football games. Chris, in the game we had on Saturday, Eastern Washington had themselves in a 3rd and 57, followed by, they got 3 yards, followed by a 4th and 54.
Oof.
Yeah.
Did they go for it?
They should have. I did post that, and I think it was Matt George that said Dan Campbell would still go for it. But the irony of what they were dealing with is there was a major wind in Cheney, Washington. So they were going into the wind, and so our debate on the broadcast was, will they even be able to punt for a first down? Because the 4th and 54, the punter obviously stands back, but they're punting into the wind. The return man for Sacramento State was 17 yards in front of the first down marker because he's not going to get this through the wind. The guy had already punted going that direction 9 yards and 13 yards because he hit him on the air, and they just, like a golf swing, it just died. Just nowhere to go. And no, he did not make the first down with this punt. Anyway, something I had not seen before, a 4th and 54, previously a 3rd and 57. Then as far as yesterday goes, back, watched a lot of football, hung out. Gorgeous weekend again. I think we got some rain coming in maybe Wednesday, but that's about it. So it's November. We just wrapped up one season. Unfortunately, we wrapped up a second season. We'll explain that with soccer last night. Football, though, a wild weekend, some good games. We'll get into the Niners victory. We'll get into the Raiders, who did the right thing. They really did. I was proud of them. Unfortunately, it didn't go their way. We got to recap the Kings and look at the Kings' busy week ahead. Game tonight. Then after tonight, a 5-game homestand, starting with the Warriors on Wednesday. They basically play Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday this week. So jam-packed week for the Kings, and at least going into it with a tiny bit of momentum with the win on Saturday. So we got a lot to cover. We're going to do all of that, but let's start you out with leading off.
Let's do it.
Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
The game is final. It is 135-133, and after all the years of frustration, the officials are being bombarded by anyone in a green uniform, as well as various members of the coaching staff. Boy, Bobby Portis out there, among others, is very unhappy. And the bottom line, however, is that the Kings have won the ball game. Oh, my goodness, what drama coming down the stretch. Green deliberately missed the second free throw. In the scramble, Adetokounmpo got a hand on it, but it ended up in the hands of Zach LaVine. There was only 1.1 second to go, so time expired, and Sacramento ended up.
That's the G-Man on the call from Saturday. Lots to chew on from the game. Most importantly, it's about the end result, the score. The Kings win that one 135-133. Not sure exactly how the 82 games will go, and meaning that, how many wins, how many losses. There will be a handful that happens every year, no matter if they're a great team or a bad team. Disappointing losses. There'll be a handful of great wins. This one was a surprise. I did not think the Kings would win against Milwaukee, especially the way the game started. My goodness, what was it, 21-6, 47 first quarter points. Milwaukee could not miss. They're making every three. Kings are preaching defense, and they're getting run out of the building. Well, they did a good job of keeping it kind of close by the end of the first quarter. Had a great second quarter, and then it was a game. Kings led a decent chunk of the third and fourth quarter, and then kind of had to hang on. And like we said earlier, they got more free throw attempts, made them, 35 of 40. This was on a day where Milwaukee shot the ball beautifully, except for from the line. They did have Giannis. He was back and in the mix. But, for those that, don't like that the Kings have this many veterans and older guys. I mean, the veterans were great. I mean, Westbrook, what he was doing late with Giannis, Schroeder, Sabonis, Levine, DeRozan. Yeah, it's an older team, but the old guys got it done. That was a quality win. Now, I do not believe that this is necessarily the start of something. I just think it's in the process of playing a lot of games through 82 and going through the grind. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can look at the way the first 6 games have gone for the Kings. If you look at it from a more hopeful and optimistic lens, they've been in basically every game. They've had chances and maybe could have a few more wins. If you look at it in the reverse way here, it's they were fortunate probably to beat Utah. They, in some ways, fortunate to win this game. They don't have this, influx of a bunch of young players. They've got older players with heavier contracts, which I think a lot of people look at it from that lens. So is it more beneficial to not win as many games? I don't even think I'm trying to get into the macro as much as the micro. It's the game by game. And when there's so many, that's really more of the lens. I try to look at it on a day-to-day basis. But you have to look at the bigger picture as well. And I still think they're going to address that at some point of cleaning up the roster in action during the season. It hasn't happened yet. It's a week and a half into the season. So there's some different dates of significance, like when you get to, I think it's December 15th, a few more guys become available to be traded on all teams. Obviously, the trade deadline gets a little more movement for everybody, and then the offseason. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. So in that big sense, or now we go to the narrow sense, on Saturday, the Kings played well. It was nice to see them rally from a significant deficit early in the game and come back and win. And so that was good. That was really good for the Kings to get the job done, to get the win, and to ultimately surprise the Bucks, win in Milwaukee for the first time since 2015. All right, let's get to cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
All right, 3rd and 3, which is really 3rd and goal.
3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line, 4:16 to play in the fourth. Niners already up by 10. Shotgun snap for Mac Jones. Inside handoff, McCaffrey with a nose for the goal line is in for the 49ers touchdown. He gets skinny up the left hash, put his face into the fire, and knocked out a tooth. 33-17.
There you go. Touchdown, CMC, and the San Francisco 49ers. Look, they've been going win-loss here a little bit lately, but okay with that, especially getting the win in New York against the Giants. It felt like San Francisco kind of did what they needed to do. That was kind of just one of those take care of business games to me. Mac Jones playing with a bloody nose. Playing with a bloody nose at one point. Open up the lead before the half. I thought there was going to be a play near the end of the half that was going to be really crucial in the outcome to the game, and the 49ers thought that was one of the big keys to the game, dodging that. When they were up 2 scores, it was, 17-7, nearing the end of the half. They got the ball back, and Kyle Shanahan went a little bit aggressive there and was thinking, all right, maybe we can sneak out more points. A 10-point lead, knowing that the Giants had the ball to start the second half, and that's when I think they officially ruled it a fumble where Mac Jones got hit, ball popped up in the air. It was taken by the Giants, and they had really good field position with an opportunity to get that double score, which is the worst thing you want to have happen when you don't touch the ball and the team scores before the half and gets the ball to start the second half and adds on another one. Well, instead, the Giants stalled out. The Niners defense was very, very good there when they needed to be, and then the Giants missed the field goal going into the break. So the lead was still 10, and in the second half, the Giants basically just the 49ers matched the Giants 3-3 in the third, 14-14 in the fourth. Mac Jones wins again. Christian McCaffrey over 100 yards, had 60-something receiving and a score. They counted on their best players, and the defense did a good enough job. And it was important to get the win because if you looked around the division, Arizona plays tonight, but those two front-running teams got their comfortable wins yesterday with the Seahawks winning in Sunday Night Football to go another victory to 6-2, and then earlier in the day you had the Rams winning as well when they took care of the Saints to go 6-2, 34-10. So the Niners 6-3, stay right behind them, but it sets them up for the big week this week when the 49ers and the Rams play. So that one is going to have a lot of intrigue to it for multiple reasons, for the division, for playoff picture, for the head-to-head, for the tiebreaker. And really, it's the next 2 weeks for the 49ers. You got the Rams and then the Cardinals. So 2 more division games, 2 more opportunities to really solidify themselves amongst the NFC. And I know we'll get into this in a little more detail as the show rolls along, but you start to look at the standings in the big picture. And yes, it's still early, but we are at the halfway point. And if we kind of count it that way, as 9 of the weeks have been played, 9 more to go, as we speak, you'd have the Eagles as the 1 seed, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the 2 seed. The 3 seed would be Seattle. They would have the tiebreaker over the Rams. Green Bay would be the division leader in the 4 seed. Then 5, 6, 7, Rams, Niners, Lions. So, but you've got 2 more teams right there over 500 in the Bears and the Panthers. The Vikings are 500. If the Cowboys win tonight, they would be 4-1. So this thing's got a long way to go. And games like yesterday where you try to take advantage of a Giants team that had a significant injury last week to Scattaboo, has had a couple of good wins this year, but has given some games back, and you just didn't want to lose that game. So the 49ers basically, like I said, just took care of business. Not a lot of frills to it, and that's okay because they got it done. All right, let's get to cut number 3.
Cut number 3.
Turned away! Cadano, the hero! Orange County, our throw!
Sac Republic FC knocked out in penalty kicks of the playoffs yesterday at home. Tough one for them. And another season wrapping up for the Republic. Chris, you didn't happen to go to that yesterday, did you?
I did not.
Okay, I didn't know if you were going to be heading out there. It's a little different. I know my brother went. They have a group that rides their bikes out there, which is fun, but they were riding out. It was
are
already
they part of the Levee Patrol?
Well, they're on the Levee. I don't know if is that their name?
There's a few groups.
Okay. I don't
There's
think
like a Levee group, and then there's a bike group. And then there might be another bike group.
I think it's just friends that are on bikes, but I don't know that they I think at some point would ride on the Levee. But they were this year. This one was gonna be a little different because the time change. So they were already leaving in the dark, and then going to the game, and obviously riding home in the dark. But tough way to go out. I can't remember. Are you for? I don't think you are for, but for or against penalty kicks?
I mean, like,
it has to be resolved,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. When you get there, I mean, it's exciting. It's just that's the tough way to go out. It would be a tough way to advance, right? You take it if you're on the right side of it. But unfortunately, I think it was 5-4 in penalty kicks. And the Republic FC, unfortunately, sent home. So there you go. There's a look at our rewind. There's a look at our leading off for today. Like I said, we got a very busy show for you today. I want to get you set up on what we've got coming up today. We are still, is there any word, by the way, has Dave reached out?
Nope.
Okay. I know he was thinking of an alternate plan, but I don't know what we are working on there at the moment. But we are hoping to have Dave join us at some point today. We are scheduled here today on the show to talk to Matt Barros at 9 o'clock. That, of course, brought to you by Stockton Honda. We'll get the very latest on the 49ers win, where they stack up, as we just mentioned, kind of in the crowded NFC, and look ahead to the big matchup against the Rams next week. We will have crosstalk with Alan Stiles, what's on deck, a 3 in the key for tonight, 4 down territory. We'll recap Celebrity Pick 6. Kings Rewind. We'll look at the Kings week ahead. We'll tackle the NFL and all the wildness they had this weekend. 3 for Madness. We do have to look back at the Fall Classic. Truly one of the great World Series in recent memory. And when we come back, though, we'll dip our toe into a little college football weekend. What happened with UC Davis, with Sacramento State. The first big college football poll is out tomorrow. And then the weekend.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
The weekend that was for college football just in general. So we've got all that and so much more. We do thank you for joining us here. You can hit us up on the phone lines at 916-339-1140, on the text line as well, and as well on YouTube. All of you in there, hit that thumbs up button while you're here. We do appreciate that. Thank you for all your communication and all that. So we appreciate it. We will take the break. When we come back, a look at college football this past weekend. That is straight ahead here on Sactown Sports.
The Drive Guys, weekdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
All right, let me tell you a little bit about Gonzalez Law. Jonathan Gonzalez is a lawyer here in downtown Sacramento. His office is in downtown. He's been in this community a long time and has helped many in our community. I consider him one of us. He's a really good guy. Had a chance to golf with him, had lunch with him. I haven't been out on the boat with him. He's out on the river sometimes too. He is in our community, raising his family here like a lot of you as well. But he's also here to help. SacLegalDefense.com, 916-304-9187. Now, you might need some representation for a lot of different things. A variety of things could have gone your way or against you in this case, like a car accident. You might need some help with that. Wrongful termination case, a sexual harassment case, just criminal defense overall, or an expungement. That's something that he has helped a lot of people with. That's an area he has specialized in, and a lot of people have reached out to him and contacted him about that, where something happened in your past. Maybe it was a long, long time ago. Maybe it's recent past that's still on your record that you'd like removed. It's kind of hurting your overall outlook, maybe keeping you from a few opportunities and a few rights you have. Well, he can help with that and get it removed from your record with that expungement. So I would strongly consider you contact Jonathan Gonzalez. It's Gonzalez Law, SacLegalDefense.com. You can reach him at 916-304-9187.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
The excitement of the game is here, and so are the model year-end savings at Stockton Honda, the best Honda dealer in Northern California. Score big with low payments, more for your trade, and a huge selection. Don't wait. The clock is ticking at StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study, recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. Offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region, and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com, and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
All right, the show rolling along here on this Monday morning. Jason Ross, Chris Verlaud. Happy November 3rd. Do you have any days like, for me, Chris, November 3rd is a day where I have two longtime friends. My wife has one or two. Like, we know a lot of people for whatever reason today. That's their birthday. I don't know if you have a day like that where it's just like multiple people's birthday that you know that you've known for a long time. But this is one of those days for me. So it's just a day that always sticks out whenever it's November 3rd. Coming up, a lot more to get to, including in our next segment, we will talk about the World Series. My goodness, what a great World Series. And whether or not you are rooting for the Dodgers, for the Blue Jays, or for some, I knew that, hey, I just want a Game 7. I love it when it comes down to the end. Well, you got it. You got one of the greats. And I'm always careful about this when people go, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen, when it just happened. That was the greatest catch. That was the greatest finish. That was the greatest home run. That was the greatest dunk. It's like, all right, it just happened. There's a long history of reference points, but that series was really, really good. It was really good. And so we will get into that coming up in our next segment. But do want to talk a little bit about college football. Oh, wow. So the way we do the show, which is interesting, we have different things of the way we have our rundown. And so I'd put this in. Usually the first part of the show, Dave tackles. I do the second part. But it just depends on different things. And kind of the way it worked out today, it's on the weekend, had some extra time, was working on some stuff. So I didn't see what he added to this segment. Chris, he really does love L.A. He had put in the bottom part of this college football weekend segment, USC with a big road win. Avery undefeated on the road. Huh.
Too soon, Junes. Dang it, no.
Oh.
Thought we had Dave there.
Oh, gotcha.
Too soon, June is undefeated.
Undefeated? I mean, I guess first road trip, which honestly is very, very exciting. Went to Nebraska. USC did win. They were one of the top 25 teams that did get a victory. So congratulations. But too soon, June, with her father, that we probably need to come up with a nickname for him too on those, picks and guaranteeing wins or losses, that kind of stuff. But yeah, congratulations to her. Not so much the school. I could have done without that. As far as locally, UC Davis played Saturday at home. They played Idaho State. That was a game they were expected to win, so a bit of an upset. We'll talk about that with Coach Plow on Wednesday when he joins us. But Idaho State got a late field goal from, I think it was like 50 yards, 52 yards, that's pretty good. That's the one biggest jump, I would say, amongst other things, but the biggest jump from college football to pro. The pro game, the kicking and the operation from snap to hold to kick, the punters, they're just so good at the NFL level. And there are some good kickers in the college level, but my goodness, that's a significant difference. But for Idaho State to kick a game-winning field goal like that, very, very impressive. So not overall damaging that much to UC Davis. They still have a good thing going, but they got to be careful here with the remainder of their schedule. They play Idaho, who has struggled a bit this year, so they don't want to have the back-to-back Idaho losses. Following that, they play one of the league's best, if not the best, Montana State, and then they close it up with the Causeway. So that's what they have ahead of them. For Sacramento State, I mentioned this a bit earlier, it was with them in Cheney, Washington on the Inferno, the red field. It was dark and gray and gloomy, some rain and a ton of wind. But Sacramento State won the game pretty convincingly, and they did it with 15 yards passing. That's all they had to do. Just went on the ground game, dominated over 300 yards on the ground, and their senior running back, Rodney Hammond, had a big day, over 200 yards rushing. So when you do something and you do it well, yeah, most teams like to be a little bit more balanced, but why be balanced if you don't have to, if they can't stop the run? So that's what Sacramento State did. As far as the FBS and the big picture there, you had number 8 Georgia Tech, which already sounds a little weird. Number 9, Vanderbilt. Number 10, Miami. Not sure I'll mention that one to Dave Richard this week. Number 14, Tennessee. Number 17, Cincinnati. Number 22, Houston. All lost this week. So more carnage in the top 25, which to me, that's the fun part about college football, the upsets, the games that you think will go one way that go the other way, besides all the pageantry and the history and the bands and the hype around the games is it's awesome. And the way football works with just the one game a week, the anticipation leading up to it. I just love all of that elements of college football and really the NFL too. But it's a different twist to it, I think, with the history and the fans and just kind of the atmosphere of college football. So you had that this weekend. And like I said earlier, now tomorrow is the first college football poll. The one that, they basically give you for the new top 12, right? Where in the past we worried about the top 4. College football has expanded their playoffs last year. We'll have the same this year. And so if you look at the rankings at the top, you still have, I want to see this, how many were left to my knowledge. I think, BYU is undefeated. You have Texas A&M, Indiana, and Ohio State. That's it. So now you start to look at 1-loss teams, even 2-loss teams. I think you'll have a 2-loss team in the top 12, probably Notre Dame. You might have Oklahoma up there. But these other teams, you just, can you fight your way back in there? So I believe we have our connection with Carmichael Dave. Let's test it.
Think? Hello?
Bloop. Wow. Did you just plop in from the computer universe?
When I come back there, I just want everybody to know I'm taking a baseball bat to the new software we're using. So everyone just make them do what you got to do. Just do what you got to do in advance. Because I'm absolutely taking a baseball. Yeah, what's happening is I'm connected to you through my phone.
Okay.
I'm using which is probably going to be a super stable video audio connection. I'm connected through the phone, and Chris says I'm very low, which is true mood wise. Am I still low, Chris? And there we go.
That was me. I wanted to make sure that made noise when I text you.
And let me see if I turn that off. Can I still hear you?
Can you hear me, Dave?
Yes, I can. Okay.
You look good.
He said I was. Yes, thank you.
And it sounds pretty good. I know if Chris says it's low, but in my ears it sounds good.
Yeah, I got him all the way up.
Okay. He's all the way up.
Say that again. I'm all the way up and I'm still low.
Yeah, but you're okay. I think, right? Chris, is he okay? You're okay.
Didn't have these issues with the other software. Just saying. Didn't have them. Not once. But
so it's the software that's having the problem with the Wi-Fi.
Well, I know with my, first off, not the time, Chris, to be you. Secondly, I know that with the last software, we never had this problem.
With the Wi-Fi.
What's that all about? Wi-Fi. So we never had the problem with the other software, but now we do have the software.
But you're using it.
Using what? The new software?
Yeah, on your phone.
Yeah, I have to use my phone because my computer's not talking for some reason. But with the when we were using StreamYard, none of this happened. That's my point.
It makes perfect sense.
No, it literally makes perfect sense. When we use StreamYard, zero issue. Now we use new software, issue.
I think you're having a very high appreciation for what StreamYard was.
I'm not saying StreamYard was perfect. I'm the last guy to say that. What I'm saying is never had this issue. By the way, can we play clips on the air yet?
We could play audio on the air.
We could do that with StreamYard.
We could.
So anyway, good morning. Sorry for being late. How are you, Jason?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
How was your weekend?
It was good. It was wonderful. It was awesome. Super. How about you?
Oh, it was good. A lot of flying, a lot of losing, a lot of disappointment. Well, except for the Kings, they won.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't disappointment?
No.
He was furious.
I was absolutely furious. Chris is going to do it just because Chris is going to do it. But I actually did have somebody online because I said something like, "Hey, that was a great gutty win." And this is the typical deal. Somebody says like, "Oh yeah," I said, I said something about it being a gutty win. The guy says, "Dave, this team and head coach are definitely this bad. Don't go all super fan after a Bucks win." It's like, let's not do this. I said last week they're better than 1-4. They're not that bad. I still think they're a 30-something win team. But also, I'm not going to hate watch the team all year. I mean, I might privately hate watch them, but I'm never
not publicly.
No. I mean, the only time I would ever root for the team to lose would be if it was like a legitimate, like, season's over, nothing we can do, and we're tied with 3 other teams in the lottery. Like, then at that point, it's like winning does nothing. But we're not there yet. I was happy. I was happy to see them win. I watched that whole game. That was it's a
great win.
I thought
so. That play-in game against Dallas, you were good with the Kings winning because that gave him a better shot at a draft pick than the Mavs.
Okay, first off, Chris, you got to cut your mic off or something. I can't do you today. I really can't. I can't do it. I can't. Seriously, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do Chris today. I can't. So what was your question?
Wait, is his mic on or off?
I don't know. Keep the mic. I don't care. I don't need to hear from him the rest of the show. I really don't, other than asking questions. By the way, I think his point was, had the Kings lost or won, excuse me, that's the Cooper Flag pick. I'd have taken the VJ Edgecombe pick, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that worked out well.
So far.
But the Kings got to win.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think they're going to do a bunch of it. But it was a good game. Even though people are talking about the calls that didn't go for the Bucks.
Well, the league wants the Kings to win, Dave. It's clear. We know that. The fix is in.
What was it I saw? That the league had rigged it for San Antonio. The league had rigged it for San Antonio and Oklahoma City to dominate. The league had a lot of success with David Robinson and Tim Duncan there, so they've rigged it with Victor Wembanyama. That was probably the craziest thing I saw. Because what are you rigging it for San Antonio? Those would be like 2 of the top 5 you wouldn't rig it for.
Right.
And then I spent much of the weekend actually happy because, Jason, I don't know how much you've been following this, but New Orleans is screwed, dude. The Pelicans.
Because?
Well, first off, Joe Dumars is incredibly inept.
Wow.
Straight up.
Wow, the guy who won a championship?
In 2004, yeah, he backed into a championship. Remember, that's the guy that drafted Darko Milicic over Carmelo Anthony. But that's all. We can get into the foundations of that championship.
Okay.
But also, pass doesn't equal,
Yeah.
Game can also pass people up. Joe Dumars promptly came in and traded whichever is the better of their unprotected pick with, I think it's them in Milwaukee, to the Hawks for the rights to move up to draft Derek Queen.
Okay.
And they've now not lost a game. Derek Queen is barely in the rotation. They actually had an opportunity to have 2 lottery picks this year. I forget who the other one was with. It might have been Atlanta, actually. And they've traded both away. And so now if you haven't been following that, that's really, and they brought Willie Green back, which it's probably more of the owner being asleep at the wheel completely. Gail Benson not caring at all. But that's going to be an ongoing story throughout the year, is the fact that the Pelicans made one of the dumbest trades At least right now in recent
Exactly.
memory.
I think we can wait a little bit on that.
What you don't think 5 or 6 games is enough to assess Derek Queen?
Yeah, I mean, I think I did see people like Derek Queen. Wow, that's awful pick. It's like, wow, we've made the career assessment on Derek Queen after 5 games.
I know we're way late. We'll break right now. I know this is a college football segment. Sorry for plunging in like this. I didn't see in your notes, Jason, that USC is undefeated when Avery travels.
It is in the notes. It's there.
I wanted to write that so that I could say that we wrote the show today together as a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
So it has that energy coming with it throughout the show from now to 10 a.m. Not American Energy Heating and Air. American Energy Home Pros. Carmichael Dave here. Finally. And thank you all for being so patient, being kind to Jason. I want to talk to you about your toilet. I want to talk to you about your shower. I want to talk to you about your sewer and anything that has to do with plumbing. American Energy now doesn't just do HVAC. They don't just do air conditioning. They don't just do your furnace. They're also doing plumbing as well. So you can get your plumbing done. You can get your HVAC done. Or you know what? You can get them both done by the same folks that have been around since 1981. Have been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ Better Business Bureau and so much more. And now they got plumbing. Give them a call. 10% off if you're a club member. And plumbing right now, everything's 10% off. You're also going to get free furnace with a full house installation. They got all kinds of deals for you. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable. We'll take a quick break, very quick break here. Then we get to Game 7. The Dodgers were inevitable. We'll talk about the fallout for you right after this.
The Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter right to your email. Get your latest on the Sacramento Kings, athletics, and Republic FC with the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com to join.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
on Sactown Sports.
Well, I don't know. Everybody's saying this is a good World Series. I keep hearing that this is one of the greatest World Series in a long time. That Game 7, some people say, was the greatest game they've ever seen in the postseason. All I know is the Dodgers won. So can it really be great? How good can it be when the outcome that everyone predicted, the overwhelming favorite at the beginning of the season, middle of the season, maybe not 3/4 of the way through the season, but then going, how can it be great when you just keep thinking it's inevitable? And well, Toronto was up, Jason. Toronto was up 3-2.
Yeah,
going back to Canada.
Well,
didn't happen.
Yeah, and I think to me, when you look back at it, and the Blue Jays and their fans will forever, because it's to me, it's one that got away. They're going to look at. I feel like if you really think about this, Dave, there's probably about 10 avenues at least that we could have gone down with outcomes that would have led to a Blue Jays World Series.
Yeah.
I feel like the Dodgers found the one, and I don't know how they did it. You can go to the 18-inning game. Whoever lost that game was going to be upset. In that case, that was the Blue Jays. So the Dodgers won that game, to their credit. Game 6, I know it was 3-1 LA. I still don't know how. I think they got one of the biggest breaks. I mean, that ball that was hit in the gap, that wedgies under the fence on the fly. Like, when has that ever happened? That's at minimum a double with a run scoring, but maybe a triple. And, after that, they swing at the first pitch, fly out, then a double play. And I mean, it's just stunning. And then there's, 20 scenarios in Game 7 that anything is different and the Blue Jays win. But the Dodgers did. And so it truly was amazing. I got to tell you this, though. We were flying back with Sac State football, and I was able to get the game on my laptop, and I was using the plane Wi-Fi that we had, which was great. And it's the top of the 9th. They got the first out, and I'm thinking, of course, Ohtani's up third. Like, he's going to be, it's a one-run game. And we're getting low enough, Dave, where, like, now maybe the plane Wi-Fi, like, we're just about to land. I mean, we're 2 minutes from landing. And so I don't know if the Wi-Fi goes out, but it was on the pitch from the closer. It froze when Rojas was up. And so I don't know. I think it was the pitch he homered. I don't know for sure. It was either that one or the next one. It was already like 1-0 or 1-1. And so now I'm like, oh, okay, well, and I had people watching it, with me as well. I'm like, all right, now I'm trying to get my phone to update. I'm struggling between all the entities. And then finally when we land, someone goes, it's 4-4. And I went, into my mind, I thought they got Rojas out and Shohei. I go, unbelievable. Shohei hit a home run. I can't believe it. And then when I saw it was actually Rojas, I go, it probably froze on the pitch that he homered. That was tough.
That was tough. I mean,
yeah.
And you know what was really, I don't care about Toronto other than they're not the Dodgers. So they're my favorite team other than the Giants. Giants and then not the Dodgers, right? But, man, I don't know if you've seen these interviews from the clubhouse and really read it. Like, it seemed like these Blue Jays really, really were a fun bunch and loved playing together. You had guys like Max Scherzer crying at 41 saying, I didn't know I could love baseball this much. And we've talked before about whether it's the 86 Mets or those Phillies teams that apparently didn't win the title with Darren Dalton and Len Dykstra. Those every once in a while there's that scrappy fun bunch that comes up, and it seems like the Blue Jays were one of those. And honestly, if you're a team out there that is looking to win the World Series next year, there's literally one move you can make. Well, let me put it this way, Jason. If you don't make this move, you're guaranteed to not win the World Series next year. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
You got to sign Will Smith. You got to sign Will Smith. In 2020, Will Smith won it with the Dodgers. In 2021, the Braves. 2022, the Astros. 2023, the Rangers. And 2024 and 2025, the Dodgers. Now, granted.
Go ahead and make that change to what's hot and what's not.
Yeah, I had to figure. I figured. There are 2 Will Smiths there.
Oh, okay.
But still, six years in a row, Will Smith has won the World Series. And we're not even talking about the rapper, the actor, or the Chris Rock slapper.
Nice.
Completely separate ones.
Yeah.
So
a rapper, an actor, Chris Rock slapper.
I make my love and all the front. Okay, I see the joke. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll buy that for $1. We'll take a break. When we return, not one for, not two for, but three for madness, ladies and gentlemen. The Kings win on Saturday. How did you spend your Halloween? And Jason's got a two-part question about baseball. We got a lot to talk about. It's David, Jason, it's Chris. We're right back after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at folsomlakehonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to folsomlakehonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Footballs are flying. The days are getting shorter. Fall is officially here. Will your heater be able to get you through the winter? The heater at Whiteywood shut down last winter. So who did we call? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. We wanted somebody we could trust to do the job right and deliver great value, and Lee's came through. Check them out at leesair.com. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating has built a reputation as the leading HVAC company in Sacramento. We've got a new HVAC system that works great, saves us money month to month. Find out how they can help you at leesair.com. License number 635355.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and bored babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers, the #1 wiper blades in America.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
Guys, tired all the time, gaining weight, low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is making it easier to get answers with a comprehensive wellness panel. It's not just a lab test, it's where better performance begins. Our providers will check your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. A $400 value for just $99, or free if you start treatment. Over 120,000 men have trusted Revive to restore their energy, mood, and confidence. So if you're ready to feel better and live stronger, call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Offer ends November 30th. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. 3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
All right, Chris. Come back on.
His penalty is done. He's out of the penalty box.
You know what's funny is that, and this is just another example of how much God hates me. You know who's starting to act more and more like Chris all the time is my son. And I developed a term and an acronym, an acronym over the weekend. I call them WADs. Like, you're a WAD. And WAD stands for actually, it could, let's just say dork.
But I'm not a actually guy.
No, what's the one you say?
I'm a to be fair guy.
Yeah, but TBF doesn't make a word. And to be fair and actually are the same thing. No, they're not. Well, actually, one's 3 words. See, that's my point. So he's turning into it could either be a actually D-bag, a actually D-head, but we'll just call it a actually dork. But it's a WAD. And he's turning into a WAD. Like he was doing that to his mother. She's like, you need to do the dishes. And he's like, set the screen. She lost her voice, by the way. She has laryngitis. And you guys you'll be so proud because I FaceTimed her yesterday and she's like, hi. And I immediately go, oh my God, is your voice gone? She goes, yes. And I go, oh, set the screen. So we brought the radio bit onto our FaceTime private chat, and she
loved it.
Nope, she didn't. She did not like it at all. But that's par for the course. 18 years. 3 for Madness. Question 1.
How would you describe the Kings' win on Saturday in Milwaukee?
They finished with more points than Milwaukee, and they won the game. Now, here's the thing. We talked about this last week. They weren't as bad as 1-4. I think the idea that this team was going to go, and I know there's some out there that were hoping or thinking or a combination of both, that they would go, 10-72. It's not going to happen. And Jason, you and I talked about that at length on Thursday, that in the NBA, these things are going to, first off, you're going to get 5 to 10 wins a year just on what the hell happened wins. It just, every team, you can go back to the Sixers when they were damn near winning single digit games. There were some games they weren't supposed to win. So even when we were counting out the rest of the road trip and then those home games, I think you and I both said, well, they're going to get probably 2. I think the over under we did was 1.5 and you took the over. But I don't want to do just law of averages either. Some of the offense looked some of the ball movement looked fantastic. I thought Russell Westbrook really came in and gave the team a lot of energy, not just the double-double. I love.
He did.
No, that's right. No, you're right. But it was also just the leadership things, the high IQ stuff. Like, and I'm sure you've seen the clip multiple times floating around of him telling Sabonis, "I will foul Giannis. We don't want you to foul out." Just the court awareness and leadership and stuff like that. I think Saturday's game, definitely some interesting foul calls. I don't want to hear it about the last 2-minute thing where Russ might have fouled Giannis down low. Had all the calls been made properly, there would have been a jump ball with 1.1 left at center court, and they're not winning that. So it was a win fair and square. I don't want to take anything away from the team at all. They played, the Bucks played with Giannis. Bobby Portis was hitting threes all over the place, and oh my God, I am so afraid of Bobby Portis when he gets mad. I have never seen eyes grow that much to the point where, like, had actual laser beams come out of Bobby Portis's eyes and, like, burrowed a hole in Domantas Sabonis, I would not have been surprised, dude. He looked like one of them superheroes, like Superman that does the heat ray, but like it was broken and he was doing the eye thing, but it wasn't working. It was a great win, and certainly the Bowote.
Yeah, at this point, right? And I would say, to me, this win would be, the way I would describe it, it might encompass all. It was like kind of the perfect win, and what I mean by that is this. I don't think it's great to watch the team lose every game. I mean, look, there are camps that want the team to not win enough to get a better pick. That's fine. I think that could happen just naturally as the season goes on, just based on how they're constructed. I think there's other people that enjoy watching them play well and win, so that group was satisfied in one sense. But also, I think those that want the roster to reshuffle, and I think that's going to be the reality, I think to get there, you also want your players that you're likely going to trade play well. And so if you look at this older team, all the veterans were really good. Westbrook, DeRozan, Levine, Sabonis, Schroeder, like the older group of the team played really well, and they were instrumental in the win. So I think you could argue it was kind of one of those, well, if you're going to win in a place you haven't won in a decade, get your older guys to play well, sprinkle in some of the younger guys. We still have to remember, obviously, without Keegan, and Monk didn't play either. So those are some tougher odds to go into Milwaukee and win like that. And like you said earlier, Dave, and I was mentioning it too, I don't know that this is the start of here they go, they're going to rip off 8 in a row. It's like, no, I think they just got to win. They weren't playing as bad as their record indicated, and it's a nice win for them.
I don't know if you guys have taken a look at the line tonight, because I was curious as to what it would do in Denver. The Kings have had, a day plus off. So they go into Denver tonight, and I believe that finishes out the road trip, correct? Yeah. You want to take a crack at what the line is? Remember they won Saturday?
Yeah. Denver by 6.5? Yeah, 6.5.
Denver 5.5.
That's probably what
Jason, you are the closest.
Okay.
But you're going to need almost double your line. Denver is favored by 12.5 tonight.
Wow. Okay.
Which, it tells me this. So we know Monk is out again. I think I saw Schroeder show up. Did Levine show up? I saw on the. Tells me there's going to be a couple. Vegas thinks there's a couple of guys out tonight, other than Keegan Murray and Malik Monk. I think Vegas. I cannot imagine that with just Keegan and Monk out, because Monk was out Saturday as well. I cannot imagine that line would be. I think it'd be 8.5, but 12.5. That tells me they think there's going to be a player or two missing tonight. And look, that's another thing we didn't even talk. I mean, we barely mentioned, but no Malik Monk Saturday. They still did that. Usually, when they have over the years, when they've had these kind of, if they've had these type of surprise wins, a lot of times it involves Malik Monk shooting lights out and bringing that crazy. Oh God, I need to find another word. Atmosphere with him to the game. I know if I say the other one, Chris is going to start the music. I'm trying to find synonyms. But no, it was it's a good win. It's something to grow on, perhaps. But also, I think it kind of reinforces the point that this isn't a 10-15. There's too much talent on this team for them to be a 10-15 win team. This is still, I think, a 30 to 40-ish win team as constructed. Oh, but by the way, Jason, did you happen to see General Manager Scott Perry's words of wisdom this morning?
I did not.
Very interesting. And he posted it. I think it was late last night, really. It says, when you have a true vision of something new or different, don't allow what may appear as initial failure, especially by others, to keep you from attaining it. Make the commitment to pursue it with confidence, persistence, and patience, and it will surely become a reality for you. Now, I don't know about you, but here's how I read that he's basically saying, look, this team may appear like it is right now, but guys, I'm gutting this team. I'm gutting the team. I'm trading everybody I can. So just be patient. I'm going to keep my goal up, and eventually we'll have moved most of the roster. I'm not sure if that's just me taking it that way, but that's how I feel he was sending smoke signals this morning.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us think it will be a different team as the year ends. I believe that firmly. So whether that's gutting it or a couple of things along the way, but I think that's happening at some point.
Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Two-part question. So for Madness, how did you spend your Halloween? When should you take down your Halloween stuff?
Good questions. I spent my Halloween driving back from Manchester, England to Leeds after my team got bounced out of the FA Cup at Bolton, which is a suburb. Think of it as Roseville to Manchester. For their 6th loss in 8 games. That's how it sounds too. Started 7-2, now 1-1 and 6 since. So drove back to the hotel, packed, got ready for my Sunday flight back to New York, and I had one kid in Nebraska and the other kid at his friend's house. It's the first year I've had no kids trick-or-treating, Jason. That's what I did.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the first year, but I haven't had many. I think I've been on the road before with Sac State football, or I think years ago I felt like I was traveling one time with the Kings. But I was with Sac State football on the road in a hotel. Like that's an odd. It was fine. I mean, it's a normal trip for that and all. But we watched World Series Game 6, and I think a few people at the hotel had some candy out, but that's about it. I checked in with the family. They had their typical Halloween, but. As far as the second part, I don't know. It's okay to leave it up a little bit longer, right?
Did you get any trick-or-treaters at the hotel, by the way?
No. But I had a ton of candy. Hello.
Anybody who's familiar with Carmichael at all knows that on Kenneth Avenue and also Van Alstyne, there are two huge sets of apartments there. And they're how do I say this? The apartments aren't the most high. They're not the, what am I looking for here?
Describe it.
Anyway, huh?
Describe it.
Yeah. I thought this is probably about 12 or 13 years old. I thought I had discovered, it was a eureka moment for me. Because I went, hold on a second, to a buddy of mine that I was trick-or-treating with. I went, what are we doing this house-to-house thing? Let's just hit up the apartments, dude. You can go door to door to door and just keep going up levels.
In less time.
And we can get, right? We can, this is brilliance. And then I discovered, I don't know if it was just unlucky or what, but I think 1 out of every 8 apartments we knocked on the door, maybe 1 out of 8 gave us something. And I think we got yelled at a couple times for knocking on the door.
Here's a tuna sandwich.
They were not receptive at all. Also, my wife, who was home alone,
set the screen.
I guess she did the whole light out thing. So she was watching, 600-pound millionaire, whatever, British UK show. And she called me, and it was the most boomer conversation I've ever had with her. She's like, lights are out, and still these group of teenagers knocked on the door and answered the door, and they were like, trick or treat. And I was like, the lights out, guys. What are we doing? And then they said something like 6-7 and ran away. And kids today. And I was like, yeah, you crossed the bend. As far as that's more like it now. As far as leaving the decorations up, that's open to interpretation. I will tell you this. If I was home right now, we would have had Halloween on Friday. That is my line of demarcation to put up my Christmas decorations.
Before Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Look, man.
Isn't that a change? I thought you were a decorate day after Thanksgiving guy.
I used to be, and then I realized that I did. I was for the longest time, and then a couple years back, I just realized that, dude, I have these decorations. I'm gonna put them up as long as I can put it. Want to put them up for a while, get my money's worth.
Well, the lights are already up.
The lights are up. The lights are up, but the lights are year round. So like we had the lights were orange, and they were it's called chasers. So they were like lights chasing each other in a design on the house. But now when I get home, that's what I have to look forward to next weekend is, and that's a thing, dude. People know that you get all your crap out of storage. You try not to get stung by a black widow or bit by a black widow or whatever, pulling stuff out of the garage. It's a whole day. And then you're hoping not to fall off a ladder. Oh crap. Trying to blow up Rudolph, and he's got a hole in him somewhere. And you're trying to hook up, here's the old extension cord to the power strip that I have to wrap in something so it doesn't get rained on and hide it underneath Santa's ass. It's a whole thing. But then when you're done, in years past, I'd take the kids out to the street and I'd turn everything on, Griswold style.
The big moment. Look, kids, the unveil is here.
That's exactly right. Because while I would do the outside with Mason, Avery and Melissa would generally do the inside because they got all the, tinker trains and building blocks and stencil, or what's that silvery crap called? Sparkle?
Tinsel.
Oh. Tinsel. Stencil. Greg Stencil. So yes, we do all that, and then it's a whole thing. You play some Christmas carols on the speaker. You have some hot chocolate. Now it's just going to be my wife and I.
But so now you play the Christmas carols like today is what you would do because Halloween's over?
No, it'd be like, it gets you. No, like if I was there, yeah, it would have been like Saturday or Sunday night, and it'd be night. It's kind of like how you because really, let's be honest, the holidays start the day after Thanksgiving, or the day after Halloween, right?
Okay.
You don't think so?
The holidays, I don't know. I feel like
the holiday season.
I feel like it starts at Thanksgiving.
The holiday season?
Yeah. That's what I feel like.
No. I'm not saying you're wrong. I feel like the season. So we are officially in the holiday season the day after Halloween, and then it's the build to Thanksgiving, and then it's the month from Thanksgiving to Christmas, and then the week from Christmas to New Year's, and then January 2nd, holidays are over.
Yeah, I just don't feel like there's a build to Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving just, you plan as far as food and all that and who's coming over, but like that's the day, and then from that day on, it's like holiday season. That's what I feel like, but
I don't
could be wrong.
I mean, you know what? Maybe that's today's poll. When does the holiday season begin? November 1st, the day after Thanksgiving, or other? Please write below. Chris, do you have holiday season begins when? Is this one of those where you want? Go ahead.
I would say like there is a little lead up to Thanksgiving, I feel like. So I would say it's like I'll say a week before Thanksgiving. And then that goes through January 1st.
Well, I'm sure I'll whine about this quite a bit over the next 3 weeks, but I was reminded yesterday that it is my turn to every 4 years we have like the big family Thanksgiving, and we're hosting this year. As of last night, we have, I believe, 22 people RSVP.
Woo!
And I can't stress enough that we do not have room for 22 people.
Oh,
22
man,
people.
I'm out of cash.
22 people and 3 dogs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just as a challenge to the close of the holiday season, I know you both said January 1st.
Yeah.
Doesn't it
feel?
Yeah. So now the 2nd is a Friday this coming year, 2026, which I'm hoping we get off. So then it feels like then it's the 3rd, then it's the 4th. Like when we're back on the 5th, feels like that's what
I think that's I think that's super fair. I'll
accept
that.
Okay.
Yeah, I would accept that. I think maybe the more accurate statement would be the holidays are over the first work day after New Year's.
Yes, or like when kids go back to school, and it might be the same day in that case, might be the 5th for everybody. So it feels like, all right. Because I think, if everybody's spending January 1st after New Year's Eve together, it's like, oh, wow, we still have a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's fun. That's still an extension. Maybe people still have their tree up, or that's the weekend they take it down because you get a few extra days there, that kind of thing.
No, I agree with you. I think that still counts as vacation, Christmas vacation, if you will. But I will say, I know, Mike, I don't know if this is for everybody, but it used to be, right, you would get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off for Thanksgiving.
Wednesday?
And then you get 2 weeks. Yeah, wouldn't you? You get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You go to school Monday, Tuesday, you get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I always thought we had Wednesday.
I said Wednesday.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. I always thought we had to go to school on Wednesday.
Oh, I think.
I could be wrong. That's what I remember, but I thought it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now I think the kids, don't they get that whole week off?
They get the whole, so they get the whole week of Thanksgiving off. And then the last couple of years, I've noticed this. They get 2 weeks off for Christmas. And then the following Monday is like a teacher development day.
It's a scam. What are we teaching these kids?
And they also get 2 weeks off for spring break. What are we doing? But then again, we would get out of school in early June and we wouldn't start till the day after Labor Day. I mean, they're damn near starting in July now. Like early August is when they're starting. So I guess it all evens out.
Yeah.
Back in our day. Question 3, please.
Question 3.
Another 2-part question, so 5 madness. Will the Dodgers be the favorite for next season? And picking now, who will have a better season in 2026? The Giants or the Athletics?
Okay, first off, the Dodgers will 100% be the favorite
Absolutely.
going into next year. There's no doubt about it. Also, we mentioned this, I think, Thursday, right? First team in the National League to repeat as World Series champions since the Big Red Machine in the 70s.
Wow.
So, yay, Dodgers. Don't isolate that. The A's should be better next year. But I can't account for how much Buster Posey and friends are going to want to spend to support their new manager, whereas we know the A's aren't going to spend it all.
They don't need to spend. They got all that talent anyway.
I hope so. I mean, I know they have not. I hope. I know they have the talent.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't it be nice if? I mean, it'd be like it's like me saying, wouldn't it be nice if I looked just like the guy who plays Thor? But wouldn't it be nice if John Fisher was like, yeah, you know what? Let's spend a little money. Let's go out and get a few. Let's build this thing up. We're going to Vegas. Let's make this happen. Let's really support this team. But you know they're on their own. The A's are like the life raft of Major League Baseball. They're just on their own, floating with whatever they have.
Yeah, if they could spend the right money, and what I mean by that is like just like the move worked out, but like get another quality starting pitcher. I think that would go a long way for them because I think their lineup's pretty good. It's got some holes. There's some defensive issues with them, but the A's I think are a couple of pitchers away from maybe being really good.
Hey, by the way, I agree with you. The chat line is not it looks like most people believe there's a build to Thanksgiving. I wasn't really ready to argue that with you because I didn't know if that was just like I build to Thanksgiving, but that's me. Like I could see where people don't.
Yeah, I think we had one on the text line that said, I feel holiday season begins the week of Thanksgiving when people start to travel. And some go on that Wednesday, like the most popular day. Some take go on the Sunday or Monday. I think it's a little different for everybody.
Yeah, it's sorry, you got me thinking now. My daughter gets Wednesday, Thursday, and then she has to be back Friday off. So that's kind of cool. And by kind of cool, I mean it's not because she has to fly home on Friday, right?
Yeah. It's a quick trip.
Anyways. Yeah, really quick trip. Super cheap, too. We'll take a break. When we return, God, I'm just whining today, aren't I? It's whiny. It's a whiny Monday. Another crazy week in the NFL, Jason. And, hey, Chris, do you have any Washington Commanders players factoids for your who's hot, who's not?
No.
Okay, good. And a pretty crazy fact about a Washington Commanders player. We'll talk about that in the week that was in the NFL next.
You might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heat and Air. Right now, breaking news, they're upgrading their offering to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement, and now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free, and they'll give you a second opinion and almost certainly save you money. Oh, but wait, there's more. With winter coming up, how about a free furnace special? With full system installation, you're getting a free furnace, not a discounted furnace, a free furnace, and up to $4,000 in rebates while that funding lasts. So get there right now, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. Ever wonder why Big Wireless wants you on an unlimited plan? They probably want you to cover the cost of those 20-somethings using all that data every month. But most people 50 and up like me only use 12 gigs or less. Don't get bamboozled by Big Wireless. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Our plans start at just $20, and we use the same towers as the big guys. Join the millions who choose something better, because if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-838-6767. That's 800-838-6767.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
All right, what did I see here I wanted to share with you? So, if you saw the Commanders Seahawks game last night, Jaden Daniels takes a lot of hits. And I don't know if anyone's seen an update on him yet today. I haven't seen it. because he looked like he got pretty banged up at the end there, obviously. But what's scary is you'll remember Robert Griffin III, and then Coach Mike Shanahan put him out there on a shredded leg. I'm not saying this is what happened, but what is interesting is that Jane Daniels and RG3's injuries occurred in the same stadium on the exact same yard line, both on second down against the same team. Number 2 overall picks, rookies of the year, Heisman winners, and took their teams to the playoffs their rookie year.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Now and like obviously, you don't want to even think about history repeating itself, but that is one of those things. It was almost one of those things where I probably should have double checked. I'm like, is that right? Like, is that can't be on the same yard line? What? But we're just gonna assume that it was right, Jason. Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
By the way, shout out to a number of our listeners that live in those today. I haven't been there for a while. Those Kenneth Avenue apartments.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like 15-story apartment complexes. Somebody said they're absolutely right. But not a lot. I don't know if things have changed, Jason. Not a lot of candy there when I went.
Different kind.
Yeah, we had to abandon ship. Niners get a win. It was the Giants came out and drove right down the field, and you thought you had a ball game, but it turns out they got it a little closer towards the end. But at one point, I think between the two of them in the first half, like Mac Jones and what's his face for the Jackson Dart, I think they combined had missed one pass. A lot of short stuff going on, but Christian McCaffrey puts them on their shoulders again. Another win. Niners are 6-3.
Yeah, I also thought it was. I mean, CMC was great, over 100 yards, nearly 60 or 70, I think, receiving. But for Robinson to get a rushing touchdown, that was a good physical run. That was good to see, to maybe give a little more help to that backfield. But I don't think people are taking it for granted, Dave. But I feel like the year was a 2020 or 2021 when the Niners had so many injuries and then they just fell apart. I mean, they just had too many guys out, and it was a terrible year. To not have your starting quarterback is a really big deal, and Mac Jones has done such a great job. I think he's getting credit, but I just don't think that can be lost in a year that they're 6-3 with significant injuries, including one at quarterback. They still look like one of the better teams. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, it is. And the fact of the matter is they've played 9 games. Brock Purdy has played 2 of those.
Yeah.
And here's, we kind of talked about it last week a little bit, but Mac Jones is playing so well that it has you, I wouldn't say, how do I say this right? I love Brock Purdy. I think he's a great quarterback, but Mac Jones is playing so well that I think I can't help but in my head go, well, okay. Jimmy Garoppolo was a backup with the Patriots, came in here, did quite well, did absolutely nothing when he left. Okay. Brock Purdy comes in, Mr. Irrelevant, is fantastic. But then Mac Jones, who had little to no success anywhere else, comes in and looks great. Mm-hmm. And again, they're not putting up John Elway numbers. They're not putting up Peyton Manning numbers. They're putting up what is classically known as your air quotes here, game manager numbers. Look at Mac yesterday, 19-24, 235, a couple of touchdowns. Great ratings. And just nothing. They're not going, they're not throwing the ball 50 times for 450 or 500 yards.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, that just doesn't happen. So how do you salute Kyle Shanahan and the system that they run without trying to take away from Brock Purdy, for example, and say, well, you're just a system quarterback? Or is that even possible?
Well, I think the other example, I think everybody can get credit here because I do think Kyle Shanahan's a terrific coach and does help quarterbacks and makes them better, puts them in the best spot. But there are examples, even with the Niners and Shanahan being there. I think it was the 2020 year that it was Garoppolo that got hurt, and they went to Mullins and Beathard, and they just weren't that good. maybe he got the most out of those guys, but the team wasn't competing like they are now. And so when he's brought in, whether it was that year where Garoppolo got hurt again, and then it went to Lance, and then it went to Lance first to Garoppolo to Purdy, and then Purdy kind of took him over. He's done a great job getting these other guys ready, and they've run the system. They've run it well. They've got it all kind of well orchestrated. But I just think Mac Jones didn't look like that per se, let's say, in his fill-in time in Jacksonville. And at times he looked good in New England, but I just think he's – I guess the best way I can explain it, Dave, it doesn't look like he's the backup. Like, right. It doesn't feel like, oh, man, they can't do it because of an inability at the quarterback position. They can win because of Mac Jones, and that's a nice feeling to be in.
Well, then it doesn't it – is it fair to have the conversation and go, well, could the 49ers conceivably just keep bringing in functional quarterbacks and not pay anybody? I mean, it's too late for that now, but
right.
Hey, you don't need to pay $50 million a year. Just keep recycling competent comeback style quarterbacks, whether, and what I mean by that is maybe whether it's a Sam Darnold who, oh, by the way, forgot he rehabbed his career here. At what point do we get to the point where you go, okay, they don't need a $50 million a year quarterback, whatever quarterback. And I wonder if John Lynch even tries to use that in negotiations. Like, I would love to put lie detector thingies on him and say, dude, did you at any point sit and tell Purdy's agent, go ahead and try to get it elsewhere?
Yeah.
Here's what we're going to do. We're not paying you $50 million. We're going to pay you $25 million. Yes, we're not paying you it's not commensurate to your numbers. But look at this guy, look at this guy, look at this guy. We'll just bring in another guy that we'd rather not. But Kyle Shanahan has shown that he can basically take a competent quarterback,
right,
and obviously a type, and bring him in and have success. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe they don't have to pay $50 million for a quarterback, whether it's Purdy or Mac Jones or Sam Darnold or whoever the hell.
I think they could even live by their own examples and know how they built this team. Like when Jimmy G was here and they got to the Super Bowl, I would go to that as an example where they had a really good defense, a lot of good players around him. But the throw that needed to be made in the Super Bowl, that absolutely had to be made, he didn't make. And so I think when you get to the end or in a playoff game in the NFC, and if you're facing a more established QB, that you might have the upper hand at a lot of other positions, but the sport's most important position, I don't know. I don't think you can cut corners on that, but I think what they've done is elevated Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has elevated them too, and certainly Mac Jones has done the same thing. But I think if we get to the end and they somehow get through and they're facing Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, you're going to check the box of the other team, and until that unsung quarterback, let's say, gets that win, then maybe that theory is validated.
It was a weird weekend in the NFL, man. It was a weird weekend in the NFL. We without even getting to the Raiders and their OT game, you had the Bills. I think is this the sixth time in a row they've beaten the Chiefs regular season? Lost. 0-4 in the playoffs. You had the Steelers beat the Colts. That was less of a surprise to me. Like the Colts were favored, but you're also Pittsburgh. You're at home. They're 5-3. They're going to be Steelery. It's Mike Tomlin. But dude, the Panthers beating the Packers on the road, and then JJ McCarthy and the Vikings beating the Lions on the road. Those were two, especially the Packers one, that really got me.
Yeah, maybe it was the Packers uniforms that did them in. I don't know. But it's just, I think, again, we go back to each and every Monday and how great the NFL can be, whether you have great games or not. The theater it's awesome. Every Sunday, it continues to produce great drama.
Now you're gonna have to help me out on this one, because I was flying for it and didn't get a chance. But the Bears-Bengals game, from what I was able to gather, looked just like it's like two babies just throwing their diapers at each other. Like, it doesn't matter who they are. It was just football and crazy and super entertaining is what it looked like.
Yeah, it didn't make a lot of sense. So I'm going to try to remember this the best I can off the top of my head. So that one's on in the red zone, it becoming a primarily featured game. I want to say, Dave, that the Bengals were down 14 with about 4 minutes to go, and they threw a They threw an interception that was then returned by the Bears like 95 yards for a score. You're like, all right, this one's definitely over. And then I guess they reviewed it and said the returner was down on the interception. But okay, it's still 14, and with the ball, this game is over. Bears go 3 and out pretty quickly, punt the ball, but, take off a sliver of time. Bengals go down the field and score and decided to go for 2 there, if I'm not mistaken. So they were down by 6 now, and they got it, but they still have to get the onside kick. Well, they got the onside kick, the Bengals did. So then they go down. Flacco leads them down, scores with under a minute to go, and now this is just an awful loss for the Bears. Well, along the way, the Bears return it. Not that great of a return, get a couple passes, and then they throw a pass that you feel like is going to get him in long field goal range to the tight end, and he pinballs off 2 or 3 guys, spins, and he houses it. And you're just going, are you serious? And so there was, I don't know how many points scored in the last 2 minutes, but it went from an awful loss for the Bears to just an even worse loss for the Bengals.
Well, and that's what was it? Wasn't the Dolphins? Was it the Dolphins that beat the Bengals in Cincinnati last week?
The Dolphins crushed the. It was the Jets that beat them. The Dolphins crushed the Falcons, which didn't make any sense either.
Golly, yeah, Cincinnati fans have to be not happy. And by the way, God bless you, Joe Flacco. I mean, 470 yards and 4 touchdowns, dude.
Probably helped a lot of fantasy people if you played them.
I will say this lastly, because we got a break here. Interesting about the Packers, because I don't know if you saw this, Jason, but Jordan Love's 27. Okay.
Yeah.
And why is that significant? Because both Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers were 27 when they won their titles with the Packers. So he's kind of got to do it this year.
He's got to do it.
You have to do it this year. Otherwise, total failure. We'll take a break. When we return, you've all been waiting for it. Kings Rewind winning edition. Coming up right after this.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sactown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
Hey, get in. What? Who are you? I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
David, are you here? Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry. Hi. You hear me okay?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm as I said earlier, I'm connected via the hotspot on my phone.
Hotspot.
And so I need to remember that when I leave, for example, to use the facilities, not to take my phone with me.
Huh.
Because then
gun.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, I know we got to get to this. I forgot to show you guys. You guys want me to bring you back some of these? You know, Hey Dude is the sponsor of the soccer team out there in England, and I commissioned. I asked them last time, hey, do you guys have slippers? And I know it's going to take a second to show up here, but they actually now are testing out a slipper line, which I got. So you guys got to send me your sizes.
Furry.
Very furry. Very furry. I love furry slippers.
How many Fozzie Bears did it take to just make one pair of slippers?
Sorry. Then the other shoes they're sending me home with, guys. When you see these pop up, you'll see they're nice.
Oh, those are solid.
But
But
here's the thing: How long will it take for me to scuff these up? These are stressful shoes to wear because they're white. For those of you listening, they're all white. They're gonna get scuffed up, dude. But send me your sizes, seriously, and I'll bring you back some Hey Dudes.
Hey Dude.
And shout out to Hey Dude.
Yeah, shout out.
Hey Dude. Hey Dude. If you had to guesstimate, Chris, how long is our segment here? The rewind.
I'd say it's usual, probably about 7-8 minutes.
Okay, so we better get going here. Rewind winning version starting right now, please. Holy crap, the Kings won on Saturday night.
Well, it is time for Kings Rewind, but not just your typical rewind. This one has historical significance.
This is history in the making. You're going to want to tell your grandkids and their grandkids and their grandkids.
For the first time, Rewind is sponsored, and we couldn't be more proud.
Yes! Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Well, let's take time to acknowledge and give a huge shout out to the Revival at Kimpton.
This is the height of luxury.
The Revival at Kimpton. Show your Sactown Sports 1140 app at Revival. Buy one beverage and get another 50% off your next beverage.
Nurse,
Nurse, can I get another? I think it's really funny to call a waitress a nurse.
Nurse.
All right, well, now let's get you caught up on the game.
The Kings Rewind. What actually happened last night? Let's travel together. Brought to you by Revival at the Kimpton.
How good does that sound? Oh, my goodness.
I love it.
All
Sorry,
right.
I know maybe I was supposed to sing, but I couldn't. I was in awe. That's amazing. Well done. And thank you so much for sponsoring this segment. That is fantastic.
Well, the Kings played the Bucks on Saturday afternoon in Milwaukee.
In fact, isn't Milwaukee an Indian name? Yes, Pete, it is. Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the good land.
I was not aware of that.
Well, the Kings have had very little success in Milwaukee, as the last time they had a victory leaving the Brew City came all the way back in 2015.
Why you bringing up old
Well, the Bucks had just come off an impressive win against the Warriors, and they did it without the Greek Freak.
The Greek Freak!
Giannis was back in the lineup while the Kings welcome back rookie Nick Clifford.
Well, now, look at this big fella. Clifford, is it?
But they still didn't have Keegan Murray.
I'm fine, except I was impaled on a metal pipe.
Oh, my God!
Or they would not.
He wasn't.
Or they would. Well, that's what Rewind said. Or they would not have Malik Monk.
Have we displeased you, Almighty God in heaven? Do our lives mean nothing to you?
Peace too.
The beginning of the game was a tough watch as Sacramento got hit with a quick blitz. They trailed 21-6 just 4.5 minutes into the game.
Why does this keep happening?
Well, the Kings have been preaching defense and getting mixed results. There was no mixing results after the first quarter. The Bucks lit up the Kings on the scoreboard for 47 points.
That's a lot.
Quarter number 2 was much better, though, for the Kings. They got back into the game and outscored Milwaukee by 10 in the second and trailed by just 1 at the half.
Now we're starting to roll, boys!
Well, the momentum continued for the Kings in the third as they concluded the quarter with a 6-point lead heading into the final 12 minutes of the game.
I'm a maniac on the floor, and I'm dancing like I've never danced before.
The Bucks were the favorite. They were shooting the ball well all game. In fact, they shot for the game 60%, 47% from 3, had 30 assists. How was this a game?
I'm going to save you some time, sweetie, and give you the answer now. I don't know.
Well, one area that the Kings took advantage of, was the foul line. They got 40 trips to the stripe and made 35 of them for an impressive 88%.
Ow!
Well, the game was in the balance, and the Kings would need to come up with some big scores and even bigger stops.
It's the final countdown.
The Kings would get just enough of both as they found a way to win in Milwaukee 135-133.
Oh, yes, we won. We won. We won. Unfortunately, since I bet on the other team, we won't be going for pizza.
Great balance for Sacramento. 31 points for Zach LaVine.
Veen.
29 for DeMar DeRozan in 41 minutes.
Came home, y'all didn't deserve him neither.
Sabonis, 24 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists. They got 24 from point guard Dennis Schroeder. I love that.
I did too.
And Russell Westbrook added a bench double-double.
What the hell? Russell Westbrook?
Hey, the Kings are now 1-0 with the Kimpton as our sponsor.
Every single thing that every fan does at home or at the stadium makes a direct impact in the game.
And now the Kings go to 2-4. Next up, the road trip closes out tonight in Denver against the Nuggets.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not.
No.
And there you go. That is Rewind. Thank you to our brand new sponsor. There we go.
Wow. What if the Kings won out the rest of the season? That'd be the greatest sponsorship of all time.
I think it would.
I mean, it already is.
Yeah. The revival at Kimpton. Thank you.
Look at that. Like the revival of the season.
Yes.
Right? My goodness.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done, all. That was, I don't know why the Schroeder thing gets me every time.
Every time. It is, some say it's more fun when they win. It's going to happen, win or lose, no matter what. Or tie, which I don't think will happen, but you never know.
Well, you love ties, Jason.
I've always said that.
Maybe.
Win, lose, or draw. So what is it now? The Kings Rewind brought to you. What is the official tagline?
Wait, Chris, you want to fire it up again? Let's see.
Yeah, please do.
Let's hear the...
The Kings Rewind. What actually happened last night? Let's travel together. Brought to you by Revival at the Kimpton.
Okay. So the Kings Rewind brought to you by Revival at the Kimpton.
There you go.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
The Kings Rewind brought... nope, it's not going to make a word.
Well, and then remember...
I had to check.
You show your Sactown Sports 1140 app at Revival, buy one beverage, get another 50% off your next purchase, right?
Dude.
Come on.
Please.
Let's go.
I'd like a couple of drinks. Okay, no problem, sir. Here's a couple of drinks, full price.
Couple
Not
of beverages.
so fast.
Yeah.
Look at this app.
Yeah. Hey, Dave. Nice app.
Hey, that is a swell-looking app you have. Oh, my God. Turn around. Let me see your app. That is amazing. I would like 50% off my second drink, please, and thank you.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll take a break. It's almost unfortunate that's not the last segment of the show because you can't do better than that. We got a lot of good feelings going on right now. We'll take a break. We'll try to continue those in the second half of the program. Let's look at the Kings week ahead, starting with Denver tonight. They're back home on Wednesday. We'll look at the injuries and more, and we'll just have some general Kings conversation on a Monday. We'll do all that right after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The holidays are here, full of joy, family, friends, and yes, a little hustle and bustle. That's why you need Aleve. Between cooking, shopping, and all those extra errands, aches and pains can sneak in. Aleve is here to help with long-lasting body pain relief. Don't let body pain slow you down. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, you can keep up with the season's magic and all that awaits. Pick up Aleve and get back to what really matters, making memories. Use as directed.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco!
Sactown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom!
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't! Yes, he did!
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Welcome back. Jason, I think when I get home, we're going to have a conversation with our friends at Hey Dude.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize how huge they were in America, but bring back a Hey Dude sweatshirt. I showed you the, now they're officially the Fozzie Bear slippers.
Yes.
And then Chris, like really, they have these black ones that are just like, I love the piping on them. You'll see those in a second here. Yeah, isn't that what we call it? Piping. Yeah. And then, we're going to have to get some. And by the way, if you're listening right now, you're going, why are we hearing about all this? Because I think we got to get a deal with these guys, and then we can have our listeners in on this. That's where I get excited. Look at these suede ones, guys. I'm telling you. I think. They
give you all of that gear?
I got, dude, every time I'm telling you, man, every time. That's why I always tell you guys, go on the website, tell me what you want. Every time I come back, I have an empty duffel I pack when I leave, because there's always gear to bring home. And it's getting to the point now where my Huddersfield Town gear is rivaling my Kings gear. And I never thought that'd be possible 3 years ago, but we're going to have to get some shoes to give away to people, I think. Get them, make some purple ones.
There you go. Light the beam, dudes.
Yeah. Light the beam, dude.
Well, I'm seeing Yankees shoes on their website, Dodger shoes on their website, Cubs shoes.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
I need to go there.
University of Miami.
Oh, come on. But no Florida State? Oh. Okay, never mind.
Georgia Bulldogs? They've got to have Florida State. I'll keep looking.
All right. Well, Chris is perusing.
And shoes are pretty reasonably priced. I know they are not a sponsor, but
I know. We're doing a nice plug for Hey Dude, but honestly, I think we can bring them into the fray somehow with us. And like I said, any ways that we can benefit the listeners, I'm here for. Unless it's a biscuits and gravy breakfast. Yeah. Then that's not going to work out. From the 916-339-1140 is your text line. I know NASCAR isn't the hottest topic for this show, but can we at least give a shout out to Kyle Larson, the local kid from Elk Grove, on securing his second NASCAR Cup championship from John? Well, shout out. And we've had Kyle on the program, I think a couple times. But here's my thing. Does Kyle still have a residence here?
I don't
know. I feel like he lives somewhere else. Come on. I like my Sacramento celebrities to stay in Sacramento.
Yeah, stay connected.
Stay connected. What was it like? Brie Larson Doesn't she live in LA now and wear Lakers gear? So I'm like,
Yeah, or I don't think Hassan Minhaj lives here, right? But he definitely claims here, talks about the Kings publicly, has been to Kings games. Like, he is all in support.
That's actually an interesting summertime conversation. We've had the talk about like who are the biggest Sacramento celebrities, but I think if we need to factor in who are the biggest Sacramento celebrities that rep Sacramento the most. That's a different conversation.
Yeah, who's our Tom Hanks? Like Tom Hanks is for Oakland.
Yeah, and he went to, and the whole thing is like he went to Sac State for a minute too. But isn't Tom Hanks also weirdly big with Cleveland? Didn't I hear that?
Well,
right?
He voiced their change of name video.
Yeah, I think he went to school or did a plays or something in Cleveland. He's got this connection to Cleveland. Like Sam Elliott's from Sac, but I don't know how much Sam reps Sac.
Right. Like one of the Broken Lizard Club guys, Super Troopers. I want to say he was born here, but I'm pretty sure he lives somewhere else.
I'm talking about guys that look, you may not have to have 916 tattooed on your neck like we do, but are we seeing you wear Kings gear? Like Logan Webb reps Sacramento.
Yeah,
Logie reps Sac. He's got, Kings in his bio, stuff like that. Like I'm a big fan of that. But I think we're low on we're high on people like John Daly never reps Sacramento. Aaron Judge never reps Sacramento.
He's one heck of a model American.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know who else is Doug Christie, and he
reps Sacramento.
He reps Sacramento hard, as does Bobby and quite a few others who have made this their home, and it was good to see them. It's like you said earlier. We're even the people like me. That are most, I wouldn't say tank happy, but definitely, how I feel. I've made it very, very clear. I don't think this team is going anywhere long term, and would like to see them rebuild starting now. But there's no point in hate watching. That's dumb. You don't hate watch your own team. And to see them get a win Saturday, I thought was very, very cool. They hadn't won there in 10 years. And it wasn't a fluke. As a matter of fact, Jason, I put this poll out on Thursday. You remember we were talking about, and again, my feed, and I fully admit this, my Twitter followers, you will tend to side, not all the time, trust me, but after years and years and years, they're the ones that don't like my way of thinking are no longer there. And that's very, very fair. But we had thousands of votes on this, you guys. Kings fans, I'm taking this poll here. Please answer whichever is closest to what you want. I gave them 3 choices. Keep the roster, be patient, have a fire sale and rebuild, or try to add another piece. Now, I would say the most I've ever seen this ad, the best I've ever seen a rebuild style choice get, because I've put polls similar to this out before over the years, has been usually it's below 50%. But it's generally, even when people are angry, 50 to 60%. Keep the roster and be patient. Keep the roster as is. 7% said go for that. Try to add another piece. 8% said go for that. 85% of the 2,063 votes received, 85% said fire sale it and rebuild. So I followed up. Okay. So do you have confidence in Doug Christie to shepherd the franchise through a rebuild? 57% said no. 43% said yes. Pretty close, but the no's prevail. I said, do you have confidence in Scott Perry to shepherd the franchise through a rebuild? 52% said yes. 48% said no. Incredibly close, but Scott coming out in the green there. And then finally, and by the way, I've done these polls for years with the coach, the GM, and ownership. So the final question always is, do you have confidence in Vivek Ranadive and ownership to shepherd the franchise through a rebuild? 96% of respondents said they do not. So that was the state of the franchise. Now, to be fair, though, Jason, that's the state of the franchise, or at least what a number of Kings fans feel. That was on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't imagine it would have changed incredibly after the win, but I think it would have changed a tiny bit. You can't think that way the whole time, though. They can do the rebuild, they can do the fire, they can do all that maybe. But wins like Saturday night, even if it's just for Nick Clifford and Max Reynaud and Doug Christie's peace of mind, they're important. It was a good win.
Absolutely. And that's kind of, the micro versus the macro that we talk about a lot.
Yes.
There's a couple things on the social media question you had. I mean, I obviously believe the data that was supported. I mean, it's factual there, the way it was voted. I almost wish there, and I don't even know what other option I would have put, because I feel like I'm personally somewhere in between, because I'm never for the I don't believe to keep this roster would be the smart thing to do. And the add a piece feels like it's keeping the roster in a sense, but just like, hey, let's get one player and then see what it is. I feel like it's somewhere in between for me, because, and I don't know what you meant by fire sale, but I'm assuming you mean at least 3 or 4 of the veterans trading him. Isn't that kind of what you would suggest?
Yeah, I think, look, I haven't actually given a definition, but I think you're dead on. I think the definition of fire sale is Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan for sure. And the one I haven't defined is, do you throw Domantas Sabonis?
I feel like it would be if you're doing fire. To me, that would be my interpretation.
I completely agree. And that could be a Malik Monk in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Any, obviously Russ. I think a fire sale is like, hold on to Keegan, Reynaud, Keon Ellis, and Nick Clifford. That would probably be the core you'd hang on to.
And almost in a way, like my interpretation, this may not be 100% factual, but fire sale would also even imply like, hey, even if this trade for this player universally is thought of, wow, you didn't get enough back, you just don't care because you're just changing the roster. And that to me is kind of the fire sale, even though you might get a future pick or picks or something back in return, or something that makes you more flexible in the offseason with offloading contracts. So that's kind of where I go. But I guess in my mind, I think it's personally, I'd like to see it somewhere in between, which is not an easy way to go, but I still think the way they need to go as far as moving off some, trying to get a little bit younger, finding some things to keep going, and then, keep building.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think we're going to, here's a text. Doesn't it feel like people are in a hurry? Just let these contracts run out and trade when expiring. I do think they should keep Sabonis. Well, if you want to do that, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
The issue there is that's this year and next year and Sabonis goes longer.
Yeah.
So if you're comfortable with this iteration, my argument is always don't force anything, but the sooner you can start, the better.
Yeah.
If you believe that this team is not a contending team, then you're really just kind of letting yourself settle, if you will, for high 30s, low 40s, and a first round exit. And by the way, Jason, there are some people that are okay with that, and I don't have a problem with that. I've said it a billion times. If you're just like, dude, I'd rather win as many or more games than we lose. I'd rather get in some sort of play-in or playoff. We've never drafted right in the past. Why would we do? I can respect. I don't agree with it. I can respect it 100%.
Yeah,
I really can.
Yeah, it just feels like the path. Like if the path got to that, but the path came that way after a trade, I think I'd feel a lot better about it. Just because I'm assuming no matter what the trade is, that you either alleviated yourself from a longer contract or you got younger. And if that next group, even if it was one trade, and I won't even pick a player, but you traded one of the veteran players for someone that's either younger or has a more favorable contract and a pick or something like that. And then the team, because of the roster, got a little bit more balanced, and maybe Keegan came back and you're playing Clifford more. I think that's a lot more tolerable than what they have now. The group that they have now is competing, they're battling.
Sure.
The odd thing through the 6 games at 2-4, I think their 2 best games have been against OKC and Milwaukee.
I agree.
And one was a win, one was a loss. I didn't think they played that well against Phoenix at all. Really, I think they were fortunate to beat the Jazz. They were playing pretty well against the Lakers. But so some of the best teams they've played this year, they've played pretty well against. That gives you some hope and optimism, but also you can't get fooled by that. I mean, I don't think a lot of people have this team being a 40-win team. So as constructed, if you don't think you're that team, while you're older and you have some tough contracts, I think you need to work on changing some of that. And it doesn't have to be all of it, but some of it needs to change, I think.
And it's not, I agree with everything you just said. And it's not, and that's why Scott Perry gets paid more than we do. It's not as easy as you'd like it to be. I spent much of the weekend wondering if the Jazz offered Lauri Markkanen for Zach LaVine, would I do that deal? And on the surface, I'd be like, oh my God, yeah, of course, yes. But then when you look at how long Morant is signed for almost the exact amount of money Zach's making, but I think he has 2 more years left on his deal. It's one of those, well, hold on, different isn't always better. I don't think we could have asked for anything more out of these first 6 games from Zach LaVine than we've got.
Correct.
He has been phenomenal, and he's such a good player that I don't think too many of us are really surprised. And I don't think he's going to average 30 for the year, but he's averaged 27 before. I don't, and he's getting these numbers. I don't mean easy as a disrespect, but he makes it look smooth. He's not out there forcing 37 shots a game.
Yeah.
But I think also, and I just want to address this real quick, Jason, we can get to the phones at 1-800-920-1140. A lot of people with Ja Morant and his issues with Memphis saying, hey, do you want Ja Morant? Well, I look, maybe if you were to move Zach LaVine for Ja Morant, and that just helps with the roster balancing, that's great. I think Ja Morant's a phenomenal player. But again, $40 million this year, 42 the next, 45 the year after. Is he that difference maker, or is he just different? And I think those are the questions that Scott's going to have to
Well,
ask.
and that one specifically, it's, it's another year of contract, but then that's your point guard. And now you've added Westbrook, you've added Schroeder. It's just that position with Carter, with Monk, with Ellis. I mean, that's tricky.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Danny, you're on with Dave and Jason. Good morning, Danny.
Good morning. I hope you can hear me okay. It's kind of first time testing audio in a new vehicle. So.
We got you.
Okay, great. You took the words right out of my mouth, talking about how basically Zach LaVine's earned every bit of his salary to start the year. And I don't know, my point is, great, let's do a fire sale, but don't blow up things that are working, and there's nothing wrong with Zach LaVine. I'd be happy to pay him every bit of his money for the next 3 years and wear his jersey when I go to the games. So that's all I was going to say.
Okay.
No, I appreciate it. That's where it becomes a real.
Yeah. So sorry, Dave. I was going to say the other part about Zach LaVine that we should point out, because I know the second the Kings acquired him, people talked about it being one of the most tricky contracts to move, which obviously was moved here. He's making $47 million this year, which is a lot of money, though Zach thought he could make more. Told us that on Media Day. But the second one we've talked about, Dave, is that he does have the player option, and everyone for next year, and everyone's like, well, he's not going to turn down $48 million, almost $49. Well, I don't think he will either right now, today, but he could become a free agent, and with some teams, I think there's a lot more teams this summer that are going to have money, an agent, smarter people than I am at this, Dave, might go, yeah, it's tough to turn down 48, but you're 30. And if you have, presumably the year he's having, a great season, what if you go in the free agency market and get another 4-year deal at, let's give him at what?
120, 30 million a year.
Yeah,
maybe
or 160. Can he go to 40, which is still a lot, but it's not, SGA is going to make like 70 million in a couple years. So, I mean, that might be smart advice too. I don't know. And then you would be off of that contract. Now you get nothing for him. So they're still, and that's, I'm sure, where the early negotiations and talks are going right now with, I'm sure, Scott Perry and his group.
Well, and that's where it becomes really, really interesting and I understand what Zach was saying on the phones, The problem I have, and I've said it many times, has very little to do with Zach LaVine and a lot to do with roster construction. I always try to use analogies, honestly, because they help me understand as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be like having a family of 6 living in a 1-bedroom apartment and having a Lamborghini. Like, there are other places you probably should put your money before you get to the Lamborghini to augment your overall quality of life. And when we're talking about Zach LaVine, he is a Lamborghini, make no doubt about it. And what I struggle with, Jason, is I go, okay, you've got a 2-guard who can efficiently give you 27 to 32 a game, who is uber athletic, one of the best athletes in the entire league. You don't get a ton of defense out of him from a team point of view, but we've seen him lock up individually. And by the way, that's a calling card for a lot of the best players in the league. They're not exactly defensive wonders. So then the question becomes, is there a world, because it wasn't on the Magic, it was briefly on the Bulls, we'll never know because Lonzo got hurt, but is there a world where you can compete for a championship with Zach LaVine as your best player?
Yeah, at this point, we've not seen that, right? Now,
no,
he has not been on a great roster, but he also hasn't elevated those other teams enough to where you go, wow, Zach LaVine is a top 10 player and makes every team better. But he is a good player and he's making it look easy. But right now, I would say no, that has not been something shown.
I would agree with you. And by the way, I think Zach LaVine continues at this rate for a couple more months. He's an all-star. Like we're talking about a current all-star player right now. And a guy who's been on the fringe of being an all-star or an all-star damn near every year. But there's another factor with Zach LaVine, which this sounds hilarious, being that I was getting close to being able to legally buy alcohol when he was born. But he's also probably too old for the Sacramento Kings in what their timeline should be. Like, I don't think a Zach LaVine, by the time they figure out how to build around Zach, he's going to be what, 31, 32? You're right in the primes of the Thunder and the Spurs. Like, I know it's tough, but this franchise really needs to think long-term and make some hard decisions. Zach LaVine, to me, here's what I hope, is that other teams are looking at Zach LaVine right now and all the things you just said, whether it's the Warriors or the Knicks or the Heat or these teams that have a ton of money, Lakers, and they're saying, dude, this guy fits our timeline. He may be the difference for us in being able to compete with the Thunder and the Spurs and the Knicks and all that stuff. So, yeah, what do we care about our picks down the road? Let's give these guys some contract fodder and some picks. We know that's, to me, what Scott Perry needs to be looking for. It's easy for us to say, I get it, dude, he's scoring 30 a night. But he's going to score 30 a night on a team that wins 30 to 40 games and is going nowhere, is rolling in circles. Put this guy on a contender, get some draft capital and maybe some young rotational players out of it. And that's the dream world to me, man, not him scoring 30 for us for 82 games.
I see it, and that's the camp of a lot of people. Now, while he's here, I'm enjoying the way he's playing because I think when he first got here last year, either he was more passive or just, I don't know. I didn't feel like he was attacking nearly as much as he is now. He's still just as efficient, but I remember there were games last year where he'd get that. I remember he had like a 42-point game, like, wow, and then the next game he'd have 13. I mean, right now he's consistently living in that 25 and above range, and that's good to see because he does make it look really easy.
He does, doesn't he? I don't want to say things, like when we say things like easy or effortless, like there's an asterisk on there. Right. It's not easy and it's not effortless, but he doesn't look like he's laboring for these points, Jason.
Right. And I think now the question we're asking, like, is Zach LaVine a guy that can carry? But I think that's a fair question to ask of Sabonis, of DeRozan. And that's part of the reason why you go, these guys have all been very good and are still good players. And I think other teams would be interested. While this roster is clogged up, whether it's clogging up minutes for younger guys or clogging up minutes based on position, having so many guards and kind of changing the way they have to play. It just, that seems to be, I would like to see, even if there was one move, how much it would free up some things. And obviously when Keegan comes back, you're putting in another talented player that's going to play and play a lot. How do you sort this all out with the roster they currently have, which is already tricky to do on a night-to-night basis?
As we go to break, 916-339-1140, fair question. Is it possible the Kings are a player away from putting it all together this year? And I would say, I think my answer is going to surprise you, Jason. I would say yes.
Okay. Do you have the player or just up?
I would
say
they're a player. No, the guy said, the person says, or could they be a player away? Is there a possibility? And I would say absolutely. If that player was Victor Wembanyama or Nikola Jokic, then yes, they could be a player away. But short from that, and by player we mean somebody they could legitimately acquire. No, they're in my opinion not. We'll take a break. When we come back, hey, 4 down territory time, best and worst of the week edition. Also, Jason Ross, breaking news, Matt Barrows is going to join us at 9 a.m. today from The Athletic to break down the 49ers win over the Giants in New York yesterday. So we'll take a break. We'll come back with all that right after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 and monthly bill credits plus $5 line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
The mildest summer in 30 years has left AC makers with overstock and far below their sales targets. Your chance for huge savings. Sierra Pacific's partnership with top manufacturers mean exclusive discounts to clear inventory fast. Get premium systems installed flawlessly by friendly pros with ironclad warranties and great discounts with SMUD rebates. Plus, HVAC's tax credits expire December 31st. Call for your complimentary proposal. Visit SierraPacificHome.com.
Sierra Pacific Solar Heating and Air. The guys in the big red trucks.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Valley Strong Credit Union, we know that local businesses are the backbone of the Central Valley, investing in our neighborhoods, boosting the economy, making the Valley stronger. But when it comes to their finances, where can they turn? A big bank that just sees another number? That's not good enough. Valley businesses deserve Valley support for payroll, credit, cash flow, and everything in between. Valley Business is Valley Strong. Learn how our cash management services can support your business at valleystrong.com.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relax relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbfstockton.com. That's mbfstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
Guys, want long-term health you can count on? It starts with knowing your numbers. Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering a comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value for just $99. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Take control of your health today and stay strong for the long haul. Offer ends November 30th. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com today. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Niners 9.5 an hour. Matt Barrows of The Athletic will join us. In the meantime, 4 down territory. Question 1, first down.
Which individual had the best week in the NFL?
Jason, I want to go off script here. And it's probably not even the right time to do it, but I feel like it needs to be done. Can I say Kyle Shanahan?
Sure.
It's almost like a cumulative award. I wanted to say Joe Flacco, but he also lost. Kyle Shanahan has just done such a damn good job with this team this year. And I do think it's the best coaching job he has done. And injuries will sometimes, we saw with the Ravens, it'll highlight just how valuable a player is. And injuries like this, like the team is dealing with, it really does. And then you saw Mikael Williams.
Oh, yeah.
With the ACL injury, and we're waiting on a report on that. It's just another rookie edge runner. This case, it just really is insane how much he's dealt with. They're 6-3. I get it's the Giants, but it's a road win. And what would be a game at MetLife Stadium, Jason, for the 49ers without a serious injury to one of their players? So here we go again. I'm gonna cheat a little bit and give it to Kyle.
No, that's fine. That's more than acceptable. I'm gonna go with Cam Little, a kicker. But when you hit the game-tying field goal to force overtime, when you make your extra points, make 3 field goals in the game. And, oh, by the way, one of those field goals, an NFL record 68-yarder against the Raiders right before the half. He had a few more yards to go on that. Cam Little, man, he made I think it was 70 in the preseason, and he lined up for the 68-yard. I'm like, I can't believe they're trying this. But he made it with a little more to go, so I'm going to give it to Cam Little.
Little, but big foot, Jason.
There you go. It's really extra big.
Did you see did you see that they drug tested him after the game?
Did they really?
He tweeted out it out, and he was like, "Really, guys?" They tweeted out the "Hey, you have been randomly chosen." It's like, you have not been randomly chosen, dude. I don't know how that happened. But
did he pass?
Yeah, with the Roids. Second down, please.
Which individual had the worst week in the NFL?
That's a tough one because there's a lot of options here, but individually they weren't that terrible. So, for example, I'm going to stick with coaches again and just say Mike McDaniel. But that seems target. To be it's a recurring theme. It's an easy target, but again, I cannot fathom. Well, I can fathom because Stephen Ross is asleep at the wheel owning the Dolphins, but I think I've said it before. I'll say it again. I think Mike McDaniel is a great football mind. I think at this point, he is a Josh McDaniels type, and I'm not trying to trigger your Raider fans, but McDaniels has always had a success, or a lot of success, as a coordinator, not so much as a coach. And that is a mess down there in Miami. 28-6, the return of Lamar Jackson, but a big blowout at home that wasn't even that close. So I'll make it a coach's edition and say Mike McDaniel.
All right, I'm going to go with Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, but Jaden Daniels primarily gets hurt in the game. You gave that amazing stat connecting him to RG3, but he had such an amazing year, so much hope for him again in year 2. And whether it's his own injuries, the team kind of not playing as well, but he got hurt in that game last night. Plus, they just got worked. I'm going to give it to Jaden Daniels.
Third down, please.
Which team had the best week in the NFL?
A lot of candidates here. The Bills had the biggest win of the week. The Panthers, there's, and I don't want to take yours away, Jason, so I'll stop right there. Look, I'm going to give it to MC's Bears, man.
Nice.
What a crazy game. And you know what? Guess what? You look up, the Chicago Bears are 5-3. They've got to be the quietest 5-3 in the league. And maybe I just picked them a year too early or something. They got talent on that squad. They're a half game out of first place behind the Packers. They're tied with the Lions now at 5-3. I mean, they're right there in the thick of the playoff hunt. I understand, Jason, there's a lot of football to go, but can we, much like Denise Williams once said, let's hear it for the boy. Let's hear it for the Bears.
That was the other version, the sequel.
It was, let's hear it for the Bears. The jam.
I'm going to stay in the same division and give a shout out for the best week for the Vikings. Now, the Vikings went into Detroit and won, so that's a check mark for them. That feels good. Their defense played well. They slowed down the Lions' vaunted offense. They've now beaten the Lions and the Bears. They've played each of those teams once in the division. They've yet to play the Packers, but why it was also so good for the Vikings, they get back to 500. They pull closer to, or they stay on the heels of the Bears. They pulled closer to the Lions with the win. Green Bay lost, so that division, which is great. I mean, the Vikings are in last, but at 4-4. Bears 5-3, Lions 5-3, Packers 5-2-1. It was a good weekend for the Vikings, beating a division team and having the top team lose as well. So I'm going to give it to Minnesota.
Fourth down, please.
Which team had the worst week in the NFL?
Yeah, I'm going to say the Packers, man. You can't do that. You're trying to get the 1 seed. When you look right now, Jason, we're basically halfway through the season, and you've got 3 teams in the NFC at 6-2: the Eagles, the Bucks, and the Seahawks. You have 3 teams in the AFC that are 7-2: the Colts, the Patriots, and the Broncos. And I'll tell you, I think between you and I, Colts, Patriots, Broncos, Seahawks, I think you and I had all 4 of those teams in the top 3, respectively, in their conferences. It goes to show the parity, and it also goes to show how much a game means. No offense to Carolina, but Green Bay has absolutely no business losing to Carolina if they want to be a contender, especially losing to Carolina at home. So that you wonder if that's going to come back and haunt them later in the year.
I'm going to go with the Bengals. So you gave the Bears the props for their win. I'm going to throw some shade at the Bengals for their loss. I'm thinking back to the Thursday night game a couple weeks ago, Dave, when they added Joe Flacco basically the week before. So you had Burrow out. You've been trying to figure out how to win games, but they hadn't been able to do it with Jake Browning. So then you go to Joe Flacco, and he beats the Steelers on Thursday night. And it's just this great vibe, great feeling around the Bengals. They may be back. Then they lose to the Jets by 1, giving the Jets their first win. And then yesterday, it was going to be one of those all-time feel-good wins and comebacks. And to lose to the Bears the way they did broke their spirit, I'm sure. The sideline looked terrible. I mean, it was a shocking loss after that. And now, after losing that way and really falling out of favor here at 3-6, here's their next set of games. At the Steelers for the rematch. Home for the Patriots, at the Ravens, at the Bills, home for the Ravens again. They're cooked. I just think they had a brutal, brutal weekend.
Well, that trade deadline's coming up, and the Eagles have made at least 3 trades. So I'm here poking John Lynch with a stick here. I mean, I know you made that that kind of Keon White last week. But we need, come on, man. Kyle Shanahan's got you at 6-3 with smoke and mirrors. Let's I would like Myles Garrett and Bradley Chubb, please.
That's all. That's all you're asking for.
I'm willing to give up a 3rd-round pick for each.
Who says no?
Who says no? All right, as we break, I'd like to clear something up that I just discovered about a break ago. It's something I sent out on social media on Saturday. Jason, I took a picture in my hotel room when I was in England.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a picture of the TV in my hotel room, and it was Katie Christensen and Kyle Draper getting ready to start the broadcast. And I said, thank God for League Pass.
Okay.
Now, wouldn't you take that as I'm so happy that I get a chance to watch the Kings game, which started at 9 p.m. over there. I'm so happy that I could be on the other side of the world and still watch the Kings. That's how I meant it.
Because that's the game you're watching.
Say that again?
Yeah, because that's the game you're watching.
That's what I'm saying. The amount of people that took that as I was saying, oh, look at these two. I can go watch a different broadcast on League Pass. Like, first off, I would never say anything like that. Secondly, what is wrong with you? No, it was because I was sitting there in my hotel room watching.
You're in a different country watching basketball.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
I love technology. I really, really do.
Dork.
I enjoy it. Wait, dork? Because I love technology?
Dork.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. We'll take a break. When we return, as we get ready for Matt Barrows at 9, what's hot, what's not. We have our final streaking of the year, and we're going to recap our celebrity pick 6. That's a lot to do. All coming up right after this.
Stay up to date on Sacramento sports. Join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter. Visit SactownSports.com.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Ma, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotions. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotions, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. That's why they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $25 a month. And if you're a business owner, you could really save a fortune. Dial pound 250, say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
The holidays are here, full of joy, family, friends, and yes, a little hustle and bustle. That's why you need Aleve. Between cooking, shopping, and all those extra errands, aches and pains can sneak in. Aleve is here to help with long-lasting body pain relief. Don't let body pain slow you down. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, you can keep up with the season's magic and all that awaits. Pick up Aleve and get back to what really matters, making memories. Use as directed.
Remember when they used to ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? At Bank of America, we ask every day, what would you like the power to do? When you work here, you help build businesses, inspire communities, and forge legacies. And now we've raised our U.S. minimum wage to $25 an hour. So the opportunity to do more also comes with competitive pay. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/25. Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Amateur players will be pleased to know that the USGA doesn't object to a friendly bet with your weekend foursome. Friendly bets include soft drinks after the round, hot dogs at the turn, or even a $2 Nassau, one of the most widely used bets in golf. It takes its name from the Nassau County Country Club of Glen Cove, Long Island, one of the many clubs frequented by the well-to-do in the late 19th century. As the story goes, matches between these clubs were often reported in the local newspapers, sometimes to the embarrassment of wealthy industrialists coming out the loser. The Nassau captain, J.B. Coles Tappan, then devised a format where the worst possible result could not be reported as anything more than a 3-0 defeat. In a Nassau, 3 equal wagers are placed on the first 9, the second 9, and 18-hole total. A $2 Nassau is sometimes referred to as a 2-2-2 bet. Some play better with a bet to keep their attention. Others are nervous at the thought of losing. Whatever your choice, golf is a game. Have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
What's hot, what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Home Pros, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergy.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot.
And what's not?
It's not good.
Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
Sam Darnold. And last night's Seahawks 38-14 win, he was 21 of 24, threw for 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Jason, that's pretty good.
That's, you know what I'd call that? Hot.
And it's pretty hot first 8 games of the season.
Yeah.
He has completed 70% or more of his passes, thrown for 2,000 or more yards, thrown for 15 or more touchdowns, taken fewer than 10 sacks. There's only 3 other quarterbacks in NFL history that have started 8 games like that. Do you know who they are?
Joe Montana, Brett Favre, and Sammy Baugh.
Well, you got 0 right.
I'm going to say Dan Fouts, Dan Marino, Dan McGuire, all Dans.
Wow.
Ooh.
0 for 6 for all of you guys. Okay. It was Tom Brady in 07, Peyton Manning in 09, and Drew Brees in 2018.
Oh.
I have a bonus who's hot. You know that ring I've been telling you about that I've been wearing that my sister got me for health and stuff?
How did that look at the beginning of the show today?
I'll check that in a second. I woke up this morning to a big red exclamation point.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
It's yeah, dude, it's the first thing I saw. It says, warning, we've noticed that your body temperature has increased by a full degree. Basically, long story short, it has this whole paragraph about how I am now showing early signs of possible sickness. And so it shuts off everything else, like my stress levels. And it's like, it says, your body temperature was higher than usual last night. Don't worry about tracking your stress today. Focus on relaxation and self-care.
And are you doing that?
Dude, yes. But
we're going to tell you something that's going to really freak you out, but try not to.
Exactly. Like, come on, man. No one to be sitting here going, oh, what is going on? Sorry, I just looked at my stress.
In the morning? This morning? Earlier in the show?
Earlier from about 5:45, peaking just after 6:30. Dude, I redlined, and then it started to come down around 7, and then I'm in the engaged zone right now, and between engaged and relaxed, but literally.
Hey, congratulations! Does your wife know?
When's the engagement party?
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why, but between about 5:45 and 6:45, that was it actually registered the highest stress level I have registered on this ring that I've been wearing for a month now. So there you go. So, and I think I'll be sick in about 2 weeks apparently. So, yeah, who's not?
Oh, we're still doing this. Patrick Mahomes is not hot.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday in the Chiefs' 21-28 loss to the Bills, he was 15 of 34, threw for 250 yards and 1 interception. In all of his previous 141 career games, regular and postseason, Mahomes had completed at least 50% of his passes. That did not happen yesterday. That was more than twice as long as any other streak to begin a career in the NFL history. The next longest was...
And what was it again? He completed what for the what?
50% of his passes.
Drew Brees.
Start
did you say
career.
Drew Brees?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. To start his career, Aaron Rodgers.
Sorry, guys. It's Mark Bulger.
Wow.
He had 66 games.
They used to call him Big. That was his nickname. Mark Big. Shout out to the Steelers for our texter who says, hey, how are you forgetting the Steelers beating the best team in the NFL? I'll shout them out. Also, unshout out to the 1, 2, 3 texters that are now sending in some form of get well soon, Dave. We love you. I'm fine. I'm A-OK. Other things happened, gentlemen, including our final streak of the year. Time to put the clothes back on. Let's go streaking for the very last time.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? Streaking!
All right, the last one. Dave was at 1. I'm at 1. Chris was at 6 in the World Series edition of streaking. Let's see. Dave, this was for Game 6. So you took Alejandro Kirk on Friday night's game. He got up 3 times. He got 0 hits.
Ooh, you suck! Sorry, it's over. It's over now. It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It was great.
Well,
good to go in the offseason now.
Yeah, exactly. Clean slate. I was at 1, trying to get to 2 to close it out. I took from Sacramento State, Nathan Lucas. Stinger was up. He got up 4 times. He got 0 hits.
Ooh, you suck! Sorry, it's over. It's over now. It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. Texas. It was great.
What? Texas.
Oh.
Sometimes. Chris was at 6, trying to get to 7. He took Addison Barger on Friday night. He got up 4 times, and he got 2 hits.
Oh, come on. The Dodgers won, and Chris takes a 7-game streak into the offseason. What else happened? Did a puppy die?
Now, here's the question, because we had at the end of the regular season streaking, that carries over. Does this carry over? This is playoffs.
No, I think I finished as the greatest streaker in postseason history.
That's fair.
I don't know. Well, let me ask you this. Did we carry over our regular season streaks into the playoffs?
We
did
all start over? Not. We started over, but we carried last year's regular season into the regular season.
Okay, I was going to say, if we carried the regular, like if I was at 3 and then we went to the postseason and I got to 4, 5, 6, I would say carry it over. But because of that, yeah, I think.
Well, we should do it like baseball does, right? If someone had if Shohei Ohtani had a 55-game hitting streak and ended in the regular season, it would continue into next season. The postseason is his own thing.
Yeah, like Barry Bonds' all-time home run record, that carried over.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. I think as long as I had a streak going into the offseason, it should.
We'll remember this for Chris's next year's postseason. He'll be on a 7-game hitting streak.
I'm the greatest man in the world. Woo!
There is.
You're right, Mom. Destiny. Oh, I'm so happy I can't even feel my arms.
Just a river of amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to start doing a thing where, like, I wonder what would have happened if Chris had bet on and kept rolling it over on 7 games worth of streaks. How much would he have won? Because that's the only thing that would make me feel better is Chris knowing, like, what if Chris could have won $74,000 by putting down $10?
Well, he is sitting on a pile of cash in the other room.
Oh, is he?
Uh-huh.
I can't see.
Just a pile of it.
Yeah, because that's exactly what I did, Dave.
Hey, how much did you win? Tell everyone. Describe it.
15,000.
Well, Big Bear Diner's on you, brother.
15,000 points.
Big Bear.
It just got
Big
points.
Bear
Polar Bear.
No, Jason, it's the Bear Diner up in Big Bear. Near Los Angeles.
Phenom.
I know nothing about our celebrity. Pick 6. So please lead us into that, Jason Ross.
All right. On Friday, Our celebrity picker joining the list of G-Man, Mike Bibby, Greg Vaughn, Bobby Jackson, Jerry Reynolds, Pat, Cody, and Christopher Laud. Henry Turner is A's second baseman. Zach Geloff was our picker.
What?
Yeah. He came on Friday. And we had him pick.
Great interview.
He was fun. He picked between Bears and Bengals, and he picked both with a caveat, Dave. He said, I'm going to take the Bears, but if Joe Flacco plays, I want the Bengals.
Ooh.
Well, Joe Flacco played, so Zach starts 0-1. Then the 49ers at the Giants, his words, I'm picking the upset. I'm picking the Giants.
Oh.
0 for 2 for Zach Geloff.
More like Zach Gell way off. Thank you. Thanks.
Hang on. Where'd the bells go?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
There it is.
Thank you.
0 for 2. All right. Colts at Steelers. He's like, I'm taking the Colts. Uh-oh.
We're like whack Gell off with these picks. Thank you. Thank you.
0-3.
Gross.
Then Chiefs at Bills. He took the Chiefs.
More like Zach, my picks are going to hell off. Thank you.
0-4. Uh-oh. We've said nobody's ever done 6-0. Nobody's ever done 0-6. All right, next up, Broncos at Texans. He took the Broncos.
Yay. Okay.
Zach
Geloff.
Well, he's more like what?
He's more like Zach Gell if that was the only pick he had.
Okay, well, there's one more. Is he going to be 1-5 tied with a G-Man or 2-4 to tie with, let's see, Bobby Jackson, Pat, and Henry Turner? The last pick was Seahawks at Commanders, and he took the Seahawks for 2 wins.
Hey.
More like.
All right. More like, I guess he's not so much of a hack, Geloff. Thank you.
A shameful performance.
That's awesome. I miss all the fun stuff. Our thanks to the lovely and talented Zach Geloff for coming on and doing the picks in the off season even.
That's right. And so
he was going to someone's wedding?
He was going to Tyler Soderstrom's wedding in Hawaii from the A's. So there you go. So Dave, I got to say it, officially the top of the leaderboard is someone named Chris V at 5-1.
No, it's not. He's not. He was not a celebrity picker.
I was invited to pick.
He was invited by a celebrity that invited him in. Said, like, why isn't Chris picking? And Chris just went for it.
No, he's on the show. He's not a celebrity picker.
If I would have went 0-6, would you be counting it?
100%, yes.
So you count Jerry Reynolds and Cody as our leader at 4-2?
I say Cody and then Jerry Reynolds are our leader.
Why?
Because I think it would be amazing. How great would it be if Cody from the country station came in and just dusted all the sports people?
So far she has.
I mean, she didn't beat me.
Yeah.
Cody versus Sacramento's grandpa.
Maybe we should have a pick-off between Chris and Cody.
Yes, and we could get it sponsored.
By whom?
A pick-off?
Yeah.
I have ideas, but I'll keep them to myself.
Hey, the chat is saying Verlaud is a celebrity.
Not that definition. Like
I am the most famous person to ever attend my high school. And that's a fact.
Are you wait, hold on. Didn't you Didn't you said you went to elementary school with somebody?
I didn't say elementary school. I said high school.
With who?
I'm the most famous person from my high school.
Well, who's the other person?
Who's the second most famous person from my high school?
No, he means the grade school who you went to school.
Oh, I'm the second most famous person to go to my grade school.
Who's the most famous?
Kenny Caraway.
Ooh, I don't know. Is he on the #1 rated show in all of Sacramento? sports-wise? Neil?
He's now.
I smell a poll.
Hello.
Gross. Hello.
Pick off.
I know I'm shamelessly pumping the poll here.
Can I be clear? We'll break here. I would rather have Kenny Caraway tied or leading our pick six than you. It's disqualified. I talked to the judges.
Don't spoil next week.
Oh, I know the judge. Big fan of me.
Not that judge. Wait,
okay.
Jason, did you say don't spoil next week's pick six?
Mm-hmm.
That would be funny. We'll take a break. When we come back, he would qualify as a celebrity picker. I don't think it would be journalistically ethical, but then again, I don't care. The one, the only, from The Athletic, Matt Barrows, coming back in just 1 minute right here on Sactown Sports.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The excitement of the game is here, and so are the model year-end savings at Stockton Honda, the best Honda dealer in Northern California. Score big with low payments, more for your trade, and a huge selection. Don't wait. The clock is ticking at StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study, recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
When the Kings light up the court, Sacramento lights up the night, and it all leads to Revival at the Sawyer. All November long, show your Sactown Sports app and enjoy buy one, get one half-off beverages. From pregame anticipation to postgame celebration, Revival is the rooftop for true fans with elevated views, unbeatable energy, and that signature Sacramento spirit that connects us all. Revival at the Sawyer, where the city and the team both rise. Reserve your table today at revivalsacramento.com. Offer valid once per visit per person.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Final hour of the program. We are so happy to have you with us. We know you have many different choices. Like I say at the end of a flight, we know you have many, many different choices, and we're so happy that you chose us here at Sactown Sports. Alan Stiles coming up in about an hour, and we will cross-talk with him. Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. We still have what's on deck and just a lot of content for you. But right now, oh, man, the 49ers got a nice big win. And here to talk with us about it, nobody covers the San Francisco 49ers better than our dear friend, the longest tenured continual guest on this station, perhaps of all time. We'll have to check with the judges. Matthew Barrows. Good morning, Matt.
Guys?
Oh, there you go. Sorry, Matt.
There you go. Good morning, Matt. We'll try that again.
Good morning to you. How are you doing?
It's kind of perfect. I give you that kind of lead in and talk about how long you've been a guest. And then, it wasn't you that choked. We choked this time. But when you think about all the hijinks we've been through together, Matt, that makes sense. But the bottom line is we love you. We're happy that you're with us. And good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, that hijinks doesn't even rank. Doesn't register.
Yeah,
not even getting way votes. Down on the list. Yeah.
I am here to start the conversation, Matt, by saying, if the season were to end today and Kyle Shanahan did not run away with the Coach of the Year award, Not that I'm biased, but I'm incredibly biased. Then I say just do away with the whole sucker, because I just am continually impressed by the job he's doing with this team. I think the best he's ever done.
Yeah, I agree with you. What he's been able to work with, and not just the personnel. It's that it's different every week. He's got to deal with a new issue every week, and I will say that the one constant for him this season has been Christian McCaffrey, and they've used him every which way they can. And for some reason, some teams like the Falcons, like the New York Giants, can't seem to keep track of Christian McCaffrey, even though it's clear he's going to be far and away the focal point of the offense because of all the changes. But he keeps delivering. Shanahan keeps delivering. Mac Jones keeps delivering. I mean, there are reasons why this team has somehow made it to 6-3. It really is kind of stunning, just given that just about every victory this year has been accompanied by at least one, and sometimes two, major losses of players. I agree with you. It's probably his finest performance in a really flawed year, but one that also sort of highlights this team's strengths. It's kind of an odd combination.
Matt Barrows joining us, of course, from The Athletic, brought to you by Stockton Honda. You mentioned at least an injury happening seemingly every week, and there's been injuries that have kept guys out for the season now. Is it what we think it is for sure from Williams yesterday with that injury?
We don't know for sure. I think he's probably having the MRIs right now. They have him down at Stanford Hospital on Monday, so I imagine they got going a little bit later today after arriving late into the Bay Area. But they do the check on the sideline, just sort of a physical check of the back of the knee, and 9 times out of 10 you can tell from that. So I think that if Shanahan brought that up as a worry after the game, it's pretty likely that he has that and is out for the season. I will say, though, this is coming from Dr. Barrows, who has zero medical degree, but when it happened, it seemed like it was just his knee kind of crashing into the turf, like Christian McCaffrey had last year in Buffalo, when it's just sort of a front impact type of injury. And that's usually a PCL injury, not as bad as the ACL, probably not as light as the MCL, but somewhere in the middle. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see for sure. But again, I don't think Shanahan brings up ACL if they don't have a fairly good idea that that's what it is.
Dr. Matt Barrows of The Athletic joining us right now. And Matt, so let's just, again, of course, we want Williams to be okay. But let's just go with the likelihood that he's going to miss extended time. We talk about this every week. I ask you the same question every week. Trade deadline's coming up now. Are you predicting that it's likely John Lynch will actually have a third-degree burn on his ear next week from the phone melting onto his actual earlobe? Is he going to be, would you anticipate, incredibly busy trying to make moves?
Yeah, I do, and I anticipate at least one more move, and one more move on the defensive line. I mean, let's say that Williams is done for the season. Well, they were also counting last week on having Yetur Gross-Matos back for this game and for the second half of the season. So he ends up aggravating a hamstring strain in Thursday's practice. He's now on IR, so he's missing at least the next 3 games, and probably more. So that just kind of shows that even after adding Keon White and adding Cleveland Ferrell to the practice squad, they thought that they were going to have Michael Williams and Yetur Gross-Matos for the back half of the season. Both of those guys go down. So that just kind of shows you the math that they were hoping for and what they are actually getting. they still need to add bodies to that line. I think that Keon White could be eventually a sort of one-for-one with Michael Williams in that he's a bigger-bodied defensive end who can play a lot of snaps in the middle for you. He's like Yetur Gross-Matos in that way, too. He's got to learn the system. He's not going to be able to perform quite as well at the outset, but I do think that there's still room for that just pure pass rusher, the third down guy, somebody who can line up opposite Bryce Huff when he comes back from injury and apply some real pressure on the quarterback. And I think there are a handful of guys like that who are available. I mean, we just watched Washington last night just get absolutely crumpled. They need to kind of, reassess and probably start thinking about next year. Von Miller, for example, would be, I can't imagine having to pay too much for him given his age, but he's that designated pass rusher that you could get 12 snaps from a game, and they would be pretty worthwhile snaps, I would imagine. I think it's going to be somebody in that mold for the 49ers.
Matt, as far as the win yesterday, the 34 points was a season high. We mentioned already how well Mac Jones and McCaffrey played, and I know there wasn't a huge volume. I think he had 5 to 6 carries. But what did the impact that Brian Robinson Jr. finally have? He had a nice touchdown run, but good yards per carry. It just felt like that added a little bit more finally to that offense.
Yeah, it did. He looked like he was in the swing of things, playing a team in a building in which he's played quite a bit. I'm sure he was happy about the results and how well he did. I was a little bit kind of perplexed, though, and I'm sure a lot of your listeners felt the same way, that, Robinson plays well during the game. They trade for him at the beginning of the season, which means they have, they don't have as much trade capital right now. And yet, in that final drive, it's still Christian McCaffrey out on the field. I mean, I would think that is Brian Robinson time. You traded for a veteran runner who's been a starter throughout his career because maybe you were a little bit iffy about Isaac Guerrero and rookie Jordan James, but he's on your roster. He's doing well. He's a big kind of tough between the tackles runner, and yet you still put McCaffrey in at the end to, pick up some good yards, and they got the first down that they were looking for to close out the game. But, he gets 4 or 5 more hits on that drive. I don't know. It just seemed odd to me that Robinson wouldn't be in the game at that point after sort of having his breakout game.
Matt Barrow's with us. I've often, we've talked about this. I've often wondered with the receiver issues why they haven't put Christian McCaffrey even more in the slot with Brian Robinson behind him. Honestly, Matt, you raise a really, really good point, especially at the end. The game is pretty much in hand. You need a bruiser in there that can do 3 yards in a cloud of dust. You've used McCaffrey so much. Obviously, we started out this conversation talking about how great Kyle's done this year. At the same time,
let's rip that Coach of the Year
take it away
award right out of his hands.
Is Kyle Shanahan a terrible coach? Let me go back and I'll reframe a Kyle Shanahan question, because Jason and I were talking about this earlier. I've always been a big fan of Brock Purdy's, as many of us are that have watched him, but also very defensive when it comes to calling him a system quarterback. I want you to, if you can, help hold my hand through this conversation. How do you, through this whole test of time, Jimmy Garoppolo had his best years with San Francisco. Sam Darnold rediscovered his career here. You had Brock Purdy come in out of nowhere, Mr. Irrelevant, and now you have Mac Jones putting up very Purdy-esque numbers. So without disrespecting Brock Purdy, how do you take away from, much like his dad had the plug-and-play running backs with Olandis Gary and Mike Anderson and friends, it almost seems like Kyle Shanahan has the plug-and-play quarterbacks.
Yeah, for sure. And quarterbacks that end up doing well elsewhere. I mean, this is the place that you come to resurrect your career. It's like rehab for quarterbacks, woebegone quarterbacks, and that sort of kind of meshes with this idea of the trade that 49ers don't have a lot of picks to trade. They've been talking about the future and how they need to have several good drafts in a row, et cetera, aging roster. I wonder whether you trade a fairly high pick, let's just say it's a third-round pick, right now at the trade deadline, knowing that you could trade Mac Jones to a quarterback-needy team in the spring and probably get better than what you gave away in the fall, meaning that you can recoup those losses with a Mac Jones trade. I don't think it's going to be a great year for quarterbacks in the draft. You can think of 3 or 4 teams, maybe more, that could use a quarterback. And Jones is kind of showing everything. I mean, even leadership stuff, like his urging Adrian Martinez onto the field for that final snap, that final kneel down, so that he can get his first ever NFL snap. That's team leader type of stuff that backups usually don't. It's not in their mind to think like that. So, I mean, it is amazing. I think partially it's due to the player wanting to come here because they've seen Josh Dobbs do well in a backup role, because they've seen Sam Darnold do well in a backup role, because they know that Shanahan was interested in them in the past, and that they have some of the traits that Shanahan's looking for. So it's a bit of a two-way street, but it's really, like we said at the outset, it's one of the 3 big reasons why this team has been through this storm and yet is still 6-3.
Matt, I want to ask you about a play or a series late in the half. Let's see, the Niners, I think, were up 10 at the time, got a stop, forced to punt, didn't have a lot of time, maybe 40, 35 seconds left. And the first play, they elect to pass, which surprised me a little bit. It was a play that ended up getting jarred out of Jones's hands. It's a fumble, and in the scheme of the game, proved to be a pretty big play in the fact that the Niners got out of there without giving up any points. But that seemed a little bit more aggressive than Shanahan has been. Did that idea to throw surprise you a bit with that amount of time left in the half?
Shanahan likes to do what he calls the halftime lap, which is that you have the ball last at the end of the first half and you score, and then you get the ball to open the second half and you score, and you end up lapping the other team. You get that 2-score advantage that you rest on the rest of the game. So I assume that's what he was doing. You can make the argument that he got too cute at various points. The end around to George Kittle backfired. There was another play late that just didn't work and seemed like they could have just gone with a bread and butter play at that point. So I think that's what they were trying to do. Gain a big chunk so that they were in field goal range to close out the half with a score.
I'm looking at injury updates right now, trying to figure it out. Kyle Shanahan had said on Sunday, or he said a little earlier in the week, I want to say, maybe it was yesterday, sorry, that, quote, we're trying to ease Brock out there. But anytime you're dealing with turf toe, something that probably won't fully go away all year, regardless of when he comes back. I know this is a tough spot to put you in because you're not in Kyle Shanahan's head, but does he have to make a decision even when and if Purdy is back? Is 100% of Mac Jones better than 75 or 80% of Brock Purdy?
Well, if Brock Purdy, I gotta be careful what I say, or this will get put up on Twitter as like the hot take of the century. But if Brock Purdy doesn't have his mobility, then there's really not a big difference between him and Mac Jones. I mean, that's the big separator, and it's a considerable separator in the NFL. That's what you see all the great quarterbacks in the league right now having, really. So, yeah, I do think that if he's still compromised by the toe, you go with Mac Jones. What Shanahan said was interesting from several angles. I mean, it was the first time he used the words turf toe all season. So he now finally acknowledges that it's turf toe. He acknowledges that it's something that's probably not going to go away this season. He needs the full off season to do it. So they're looking for the right point to insert him. But it brings up a good point. Mac Jones is looking good right now. You've got a big game against the Los Angeles Rams coming up. Do you go back to Purdy, who hasn't played for a month plus, or do you keep rolling with Mac Jones in this game and try to ease Purdy in at a different point in the season? I suppose what Shanahan said is that, if Purdy's going to be, dealing with his toe all year, maybe there's no great time to put him back in. You put him in week 10, he's dealing with a toe. It could be the same thing in week 13. He's your franchise quarterback. At some point, you've got to put him on the field. So I think that he'll probably play against the Rams, but it's still really up in the air.
Well, I do want to get
Jason.
Okay, go ahead, Dave.
Just real quick, can I just submit this? I'm looking at the definition of turf toe, and it says turf toe is an injury to your big toe joint when ligaments, tendons, and soft tissues in the joint tear. It's a common injury amongst football players and da-da-da-da-da. Can we change turf toe to big toe tear or some? Turf toe does not sound like it's a bad injury. Turf toe sounds like you have a fungus or some sort of like scratchy thing going on with your toe. It doesn't sound like torn ligaments in your big toe. So I just, again, my contribution, I would like to officially change turf toe, Matt, to something that sounds bad.
Yeah, it's just a shade darker than like Big Piggy Owie at that point. You need something darker. Yeah, I agree with you there.
Matt, you are a doctor, I think. Actually, we've now learned that it is official. Matt Barrows joining us here, of course, brought to you by Stockton Honda. It is Rams week. You brought it up. They did beat them. One of their better, guttier wins. That was the one game where Mac Jones was held together by, I don't know how he got through that game, but they did win that one in overtime. A long way it would go in the standings if they could sweep them with a win this week. The Rams are playing well. What's your thought on this matchup, Matt, for Sunday?
Yeah, I mean it's a huge game. I had no faith that the 49ers were going to win that Week 5 game. I mean, they played that one without George Kittle, without Juwan Jennings, obviously without Brandon Ayuk. I mean, there were a long list of guys that didn't play in that game. So they were able to pull that one out. And the Rams certainly aren't going to overlook them this time. But I think even, despite the Michael Williams injury, the 49ers overall will be healthier for this game. Rams are coming off a big win. I think that they definitely can pull it out. I'm watching the Seahawks, though, and thinking that, gosh, maybe the Rams and the 49ers are playing for second place in the division because they look like a dominant team. Great offense, really good defense. So that, maybe the schedule makers know something. The 49ers closed the season with a home game against Seattle. That could loom as the biggest game of the year.
Do you think it's legit that Kyle is in Sean McVay's head? Is that a media thing?
I think they're both in each other's head. I think that Kyle just loves to beat Sean McVay and vice versa. I mean, it's like, playing a game against your brother. You want to beat that guy more than anything.
That's Matt Barrows from The Athletic, brought to you by Stockton Honda each and every week. I love talking to Matt no matter what, but it's even better after a win. Here's to a big win this weekend, Matt. We'll read all your stuff. We appreciate your coverage, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you guys next week.
Thank you.
All right, take care. That is Matt Barrows. Before we break, this caught my eye, Jason, on the back end of Celebrity Pick 6, the recap. Mike Barnbaum says that the Celebrity Pick 6 should also include, he says it needs to include Steve McElroy, Danny Sullivan, Brian Berger, Ryan Bjork, Jason Spencer, Mark Orr, and then this got me, and Dr. J, and then Luke Wood. But then it was on two different things. It's Dr. J, Luke Wood, because I thought, wow, that's random that you put Dr. J in there. I will say this. I won't speak to any of those, and this is 100% you, Jason, putting all this together. But, if you've got a week where maybe your calls aren't getting returned, or it just so happens everybody's schedule is jammed up, I wouldn't be averse, personally, to having Mike Barnbaum as a celebrity picker, being that if Chris thinks he's a celebrity picker, I think Mike could be great. The only thing I would say, I know Mike's listening, is Mike, do me a favor and hit Chris up and let him know if you'd be okay with that. I know you have his cell. Let him know if you'd be okay with that. And then, Jason, you can ask Chris after the show if Mike gave his okay, and then we can figure it out together.
Okay. Yeah, I'll wait till after the show to find out.
Good. We'll take a break. When we return, final half hour of the program, What's on Deck, brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. We'll recap our 3 in the key versus the Bucks, and we'll lay down a 3 in the key for tonight against the Denver Nuggets to finish off the road trip. Plus crosstalk with Alan, celebrity birthdays, and more. Final half hour of the program next.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures, until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
The holidays are here, full of joy, family, friends, and yes, a little hustle and bustle. That's why you need Aleve. Between cooking, shopping, and all those extra errands, aches and pains can sneak in. Aleve is here to help with long-lasting body pain relief. Don't let body pain slow you down. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, you can keep up with the season's magic and all that awaits. Pick up Aleve and get back to what really matters, making memories. Use as directed.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
When I was a kid, I remember my dad, a lineman, leaving in the middle of the night. Families were depending on him to get their power back on to keep them safe and warm. Watching him taught me that this work isn't just about wires and circuits. It's about people and the trust they place in us when the lights go out. That's why I started Maverick Electric Heating and Air, to carry on that same promise of showing up, doing it right, and protecting families when they need us most. Visit callamaverick.com.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heat and Air. Right now, breaking news, they're upgrading their offering to include plumbing, bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. They're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy Home Pros. You hear me talk about them as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement, and now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free, and they'll give you a second opinion and almost certainly save you money. Oh, but wait, there's more. With winter coming up, how about a free furnace special? With full system installation, you're getting a free furnace, not a discounted furnace, a free furnace, and up to $4,000 in rebates while that funding lasts. So get there right now, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. American Energy, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is gonna be fun.
it's time for What's on Deck. Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing.
All right, what's on deck? Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. I will start this segment out. I don't know if I've ever started the segment out, but I'd like to start with an apology. I was under the assumption that Mike already had Chris's phone number. So apparently during the break, we found out that I don't know if Chris recently changed his number or what happened, but they didn't. So I'll leave that to you, Jason, to figure that out one way or the other.
No, this is your idea. I think we just give Mike your number so you guys can hash out the details.
We can give them all out in the air.
Yeah. How do you know he doesn't already have my number?
Oh, well, then we'll just double dip. I'll just make sure he's got it.
Yeah, I'll do the same. And now we have what's called a game of chicken. All right, what's on deck?
He's got my number.
Brought to you by what?
He's got my number.
Well, then you know what? I mean, honestly, I don't know. He probably doesn't have a lot of room in his phone. Most people are very low on memory when it comes to that. So if he has your number, then I mean that's just as good as having our number. So
yeah,
maybe
good enough for me.
Yeah, good enough for me. So we'll leave it to you. It's your segment. If you want to have, if you have room, you know, you probably have everybody already scheduled out, but just in case.
Okay.
And Chris wants to weigh in on that at any point. We could always do a 3-way with you, Mike and Christopher Lawn. What's on deck? Brought to you by Trex Decking and Railing. Tonight, Cardinals and Cowboys.
Yay.
Coming up. Yay. Cardinals, Cowboys. Jason,
Is
your
it for
thoughts
real?
on this matchup? Yeah.
Game of the year nominee? No.
Man.
NFC Championship preview? Probably
Okay,
not.
I have a question. Is there like a weird sub rivalry between these two teams? I feel like there is.
Is it because they played each other in Jerry Maguire?
That's it.
Yes.
The Jerry Maguire Bowl.
Rod Tidwell.
Oh my God, that's right. The Tidwell Bowl, the Maguire Bowl. Oh, yeah. He had me at first down. Awesome. Kings and Nuggets tonight. That line was 12.5 earlier, Jason. It's now down to 11.5.
Ooh, what does Vegas know?
Vegas.
What is this? A UFC fight?
Oh, are you following that story,
Yeah.
by the way?
Chris started to tell me that. What's going on?
It's very rare that I beg out of a conversation. I'm begging out for no other reason than I don't entirely know, and I need to call some people because I'm really interested.
Okay.
Because if we're being honest, and by the way, there may be nothing that has gone on. Let me be clear about that here. Nothing.
But if Pablo Torre's showing up for the next fight,
If you want to think, I mean, you want to talk about something that is incredible. It's always been the fights. The fights are the ones you really worry about. But when you think about the amount of fights that they put on, when you think about the fact that these fighters ain't exactly, some of them are making great livings, but some of them are very much not making great livings. You got a guy in a 2-game losing streak. He's making 35 and 35 to show and win. So that means he's making 35. That means he's making $105,000 a year if he gets 3 fights and goes 0-3. Plus he's got to pay taxes. Plus he's got to pay travel. Plus he's got to pay his manager, his trainer, the people in his corner. They're making what a lot of people listening are making. And I say that with all respect. And somebody goes up to him and says, hey, listen, you're going to lose to this guy anyways. But I need you to lose in the first minute of the fight. Here's blah, blah, blah. Like, again, I'm totally not saying that's happened. What I'm saying is you can, if NBA players, coaches, whoever making millions of dollars are involved in this type of stuff, it's not difficult to stretch and say that out of the hundreds of fights that they put on a year, that something ain't cooking in Kentucky. What?
That's what they say.
It's what they say. Yeah. So anyways, Kings Nuggets tonight, like I was saying. And yeah, we got a 3 in the key, not just a recap, Jason, but we got a 3 in the key to lay down. But first off, let's see how we did last week.
Okay.
What the Milwaukee, they hadn't won there in 10 years. Oh my God, they're gonna lose. But then Giannis, he choked down the stretch, and Russ Westbrook fouled him, but he actually didn't. So the Kings, they won, and they now have their 2nd win of the year. It's so awesome. But now they're finishing the road trip against the Denver Nuggets in Denver. They're probably screwed. Back to you, Jason.
All right, first category of our 3 in the key from Friday. We were predicting Giannis points and rebounds.
The Greek Freak!
Dave suggested 37 points, 14 rebounds. I said 44 points, 18 rebounds. Chris said he wasn't going to play, 0-0. And Kyle participated last week for 38 and 13. He ended with 26 and 11. So
That sounds like I won.
Actually, I think you did. Well, actually,
The Greek Freak!
I love that. Then we asked for the Kings' leading bench score. Davey said Monk for 16. I said Monk for 21. Kyle said Monk for 15. Chris said Ellis for 17. It was Westbrook for 12.
We were close.
What the hell? Russell Westbrook?
And then our random stat, Dave, you said Russell Westbrook would have a double-double. Russell Westbrook had a double-double, 12 and 10.
What the hell? Russell Westbrook?
Good job on the random stat.
What are the lottery numbers? Am I Nostradamus? Oh my God.
I said the Kings would have a lead in the fourth quarter. Well, they did, and they had the lead at the end of the fourth quarter.
Wow, everybody has their random stat.
Everybody.
Chris.
Well, we'll save Chris for last because I don't know if this was proven true. Kyle's prediction was that Robin Lopez was going to be spotted reading a book again. I don't think that happened, did it?
No,
I didn't see it.
He did not.
Well, Chris said Doug Christie would get a technical. He did not.
Good for you.
What is it? It was great.
It was great.
All right. Well, you want to do one for today?
You know what? Let me think. Yes, I do. Kings in Denver tonight, looking for 2 in a row for the first time this year. They got the Bloaty in Milwaukee. Will they win again tonight? I freaking highly doubt it.
Okay. Well, we're going to the Joker and Diet Joker, as you like to refer him to, Dave. The Joker and Sabonis, we want their rebounds and assists. So rebounds for Joker and assists, and then rebounds for Sabonis and assists.
I will say 10 rebounds, 12 assists for Joker. I will say 15 rebounds and 5 assists for Sabonis.
Okay, I have 8 rebounds, 13 assists for Joker, 14 rebounds, 6 assists for Sabonis. Chris?
12 and 8 for Joker. And Sabonis will have 13 and 7.
Okay. Next up, guys, the Kings were dominated by all the veterans last game. This one will be an interesting category. We're going to the rookies. We want points for Clifford, Raynaud, and Cardwell.
Okay.
Keep in mind, last game, I think that was zeros across the board.
Yeah. Give me 6 for Cliff.
Mm-hmm.
2 for Ray. And give me a 0 for Dilly Cards.
Okay. I'm going to go 10 for Clifford, a new career high, 0 for Raynaud, and 2 for Cardwell.
6, 0, and 0.
6, 0, 0. All right, random stat, Dave. Something different, something unique, something you were picking and predicting to happen tonight.
Well, I know for you guys, you already have your random stat in, which is Nikola Jokic will not get a triple-double, which has happened in every single game.
Wait, does Jason,
this year.
Jason, you don't have him scoring 10 points or more?
Well, no, I thought didn't you both come under on rebounds?
Yeah. Chris did on assists.
On assists, yeah. He's had a triple-double in every single game this year, except the last one. He was 1 assist short. Mm-hmm.
So you're saying no triple-double?
No, I'm saying, you know what? I will make that my random stat tonight.
So you think he'll have like 9 or 8 points with your rebounds and assists?
No. Oof.
I was baiting him into that.
No. No triple-double for Jokic.
Wow.
Jokic.
So you're definitely going to be wrong somewhere, unless he does get 9 points or less. Okay. I like it. I'll take it. I'm going to say
maybe
Nick Clifford will have 2 or more three-pointers. Keep in mind he's scored 2 points this season, but he's going to hit 2 or more threes today.
I love those 2 points, though. They were great.
They were.
Westbrook is going to make 3 or more three-pointers tonight.
Oh, Russell Westbrook?
What the hell? Russell Westbrook?
Against his old team. Revenge game.
Russell revenge. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's crosstalk.
Let's do it.
What celebrity birthday?
Let's do it.
Let's do it all with brought to you by Crumble Cookies. We'll right back after this.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's TREX.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is making it easier to get answers with a comprehensive wellness panel. It's not just a lab test. It's where better performance begins. Our providers will check your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. A $400 value for just $99, or free if you start treatment. Over 120,000 men have trusted Revive to restore their energy, mood, and confidence. So if you're ready to feel better and live stronger, call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Offer ends November 30th. Must medically qualify. Terms apply. Contact us for full offer details.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Every time I turn around, my friends at Pure Talk give me one more reason to feel good about switching.
This month, for instance, they're supporting Canines for Warriors, a terrific organization that trains rescue dogs and then pairs them up with combat veterans struggling with PTSD. The result? They're saving lives on both ends of the leash. This is why I switched to Pure Talk. I like being in business with an American wireless company who shares my values. Yeah, I appreciate unlimited talk, text, and plenty of 5G data for just $25 a month, and I bet you will too. But I think you'll really appreciate doing business with a company who gives back to the men and women who volunteered to defend our country. Just dial pound 250, say micro. With Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team, you can switch in as little as 10 minutes. Again, dial pound 250, say micro, to switch to an American wireless company who actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things. And now, here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Look at Alan Styles' back on the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't hear you. He can't hear you, Dave.
He can't hear you yet. He will.
Oh, no, I know he can't. You guys can hear him.
Oh, we can.
He's wearing a Nautica jacket. How do I know that? Because it's on the back of his jacket.
Oh, it's on the back of the jacket, too?
Yeah, it's on the back.
What's going on?
Nautica really wants you to know they're wearing that you're wearing their jacket.
Squeak! Squeak! Squeak!
Squeak! Hey, Alan.
How's it going, Dave?
It's going good, Alan. How are you doing?
Can't complain. Another Monday getting going here.
It's getting going.
You could complain. If you were, Alan, if you were gun to head said you have to complain about something, what would your number one complaint be right now?
Mine would be get the gun out of my head.
Yeah, that would be number one. Number
two.
Number two would be the Blue Jays just forgetting fundamentals, man. It was just so bad. I mean, honestly, it was a lot of fun because it was my buddy's kid. It was his first birthday party, and it ended up, we had a mini after party, which essentially just turned into a Dodgers hate watch party. So it was a lot of fun, and I left it not even able to be upset with the Dodgers because the Blue Jays it was like hot potato.
Yeah.
Who wants it more? I mean, the Dodgers couldn't hit. We were talking to Brandon Promotions before this, all these Dodger fans in our own building. It's crazy. But just the idea, Dave Roberts pressed the right buttons. And I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying this is on the Blue Jays, man.
Absolutely. They have so many chances to win.
I mean, Game 6 and Game 7, the horrific base running, and it was a ball call. I mean, you got George Springer doing it. He's been around forever. So I honestly, as much as a Dodger hater as I am, I can't really be upset because the Dodgers, that's the worst they're going to play.
Yeah.
That's the worst they're going to play. Yeah. Now, the Yamamoto better than Bumgarner thing, I mean, get out of here. But besides that, good for them.
Did you guys see the breakdown, by the way, of someone on social media did on how bad the base running was on the play to the plate?
Yeah.
Just how Kiner Falefa's lead was terrible.
And these are vets. These are vets. No.
Slid feet first instead of head. Like, there were so many things he did wrong. And it's a fraction. Like, if he does one thing a hair better, they win the World Series on a walk-off grounder in the infield.
Yeah. So, kudos to the Dodgers for getting it done. And I think that's the funniest thing. We're probably headed towards a lockout because of all the money. And everybody said, well, if the Dodgers win the World Series, now I get it, Yamamoto, they spent, $300 million on him. But besides one $300 million player, their players didn't even hit like their cost, right? Like Mookie, none of them hit. They did not hit. So we're going to lose baseball. And it wasn't even because they knocked the ball all over the yard. It's because the Blue Jays cannot run the bases. And Vladdy had to swing 3-0. I don't really blame him, but why? Why? But that's like number 7 on the list of just game, because we could eliminate the 18-inning game. The 18-inning game still had a bunch of stuff. The 18-inning game was more about, Tommy Edman, I think, was the unsung hero, just that played at third, that played at home. But that one was great Dodger defense. I mean, one thing, fine. Game 6 and Game 7 will haunt Toronto, the country forever.
Yeah.
Forever. Because they ain't going back.
Forever.
They're not going back.
Not with the A's.
Now the A's coming.
Yeah.
Alan, can I do you a favor?
Mm-hmm.
It's not often I do this. I'm sure you were going to talk about it a little bit. But can I give you the top story for your show today?
Sure.
I have odds as to whether or not Ja Morant will be traded by the deadline.
Okay.
No, plus 300. Yes, minus 500. That is a heavy favorite that he will be traded. I'll give you the top 5 teams he's most likely to be traded to. At number 5, the Toronto Raptors at 8-1. At number 4, the Atlanta Hawks at 7-1. At number 3, the Houston Rockets at 6-1. At number 2, the Miami Heat at 5-1. And the most likely team, according to Vegas, for Ja Morant to be traded to, your Sacramento Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why not?
Because I think they need a point guard and want to do something silly and splashy and blah blah blah.
Yeah, they need a point. They need the Kings need 12 point guards.
Yeah, let's get all the point guards. Let's get smaller.
Serious question, and think about it for a second. We don't have a ton of time to break this down. Would you do Levine for Morant?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Here's the larger question, and I won't take long, Dave. If you started the conversation with a firearm to my head, but if the reality is, hey, the Kings are. If you told me, hey, they're not going to tank, they're just not going to do it, then I'm in on Ja. Then this is essentially what we're going to talk about at 11 o'clock. Because I've been out on Ja and Trey and all that. But if you're telling me, hey, Nick Saban, we ain't doing it. So quit asking. If the Kings are not going to tank, then do it. Why not? Why not? If they truly are going to refuse to tank.
So you would take an extra year of Levine-type money for Ja Morant. Because that's what it is. He's making 39, 42, and 45.
I mean, to be honest with you, Dave, I probably don't do it because of how well Zach LaVine's playing. No drama, shoots the 3 ball. I'm not the biggest Ja Morant fan, so I would just go get somebody else. I mean, I would just figure something out. Again, if you want to go this retooling way, find a way to go get Trae Young and keep LaVine. That's what I would do.
Well, yeah, what if you did like DeRozan, Schroeder, and something?
I don't think I'm moving. I think I'm not moving Zach LaVine for Ja because Zach LaVine's playing really well right now. And I'm just not a huge. Go ahead.
You're kicking the can down the road, salary-wise, for a guy that, again, he doesn't fit the timeline. What would we be doing? That we're exchanging an expensive, exciting player for an expensive, exciting player with issues.
What's the timeline, though?
Yeah, he's younger than LaVine. I know that.
He is.
He's kind of helping. That's an argument to do it because he is younger than LaVine. But we're going in the wrong direction, right? You got to shoot the 3 ball. You got to defend. I don't really know how they like Ja. And I guess clearly they love athleticism from the Kuminga stuff, and then they go get Westbrook. But I don't know how you like Ja if you didn't, because the report, remember, Dave, at the beginning of the offseason, they didn't want Trey. I don't know how you like Ja more than Trey in 2025. Yeah, not in 2025.
We had a less explosive Ja Morant, and his name was De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah. And they want it. I mean, the Spurs fan, they want him out. They do not mess with De'Aaron Fox like that.
How do you know that? What are you basing it on?
Well, I'm just saying the fans, not the Spurs.
Oh,
but they don't like the fact that they gave him the money. Chandler Parsons said he would start Castle over Fox. I mean, he's getting real disrespectful out there. I thought it was disrespectful out here.
You want to talk about an untradeable contract?
I mean, it's getting real disrespectful out there in San Antonio. And then they're 5-0, so now you got to do the by law.
Lost.
Oh, they did lose finally?
To Phoenix.
Oh, my goodness.
Wemby looked human.
By law, you have to do the, hey, how are we going to look when we bring him back? Is he going to mess with the cohesion? So you got to do that.
I think a lot. I know it's going to go over well, but I'm getting off the air in 5 minutes. A lot of people sleeping on De'Aaron Fox.
51 million next year, 55 the year after that, 59 in 3 years.
Yeah, but that's a very. Is he Batman or is he?
Oh, he's Robin, dude. He ain't Batman.
No.
Webby's Batman.
My argument was, is he Robin? I don't know if he's Robin.
He might be Alfred.
Oh, he's Robin.
He Robin
He is
somebody.
Robin.
he might be, who else in the Justice? He might be Aquaman on the Riverwalk. He just jumps out of the Riverwalk.
Celebrity Birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Hey, listen, you're making $55-60 million over the next 3 years. No better way to celebrate than with a nice big fat stack of Crumble Cookies. Hey, Crumble Cookies, hope we can start when I get healthy. Back to you.
Okay, guys, on this day, November 3rd, in what year did the movie Borat come out?
Oh, God. I don't know. Chris, what year did Borat come out?
I don't know. It's a 2000s movie.
He's giving a look. He doesn't know it.
I'm going to say 2009.
Yeah, I was around there. I'm going to go 08.
And Alan, new rule if you and I agree on it, since we need a 2/3 majority and Chris is the only other participant. I think from now on, any TV or movie that came out, I think Chris goes first.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
He's the heavy favorite. And I'll end it if he gets it right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, I like that.
Which he did not.
Like blackjack. So. Like if you have blackjack, you just turn the card over.
Right.
So are you ending it, Jason?
I'm not.
Okay. I'll say 2010.
Alan was closest, 2006.
All
right, next up, Chris, The Nanny came out. What the TV show and what year?
TV show.
Check the card.
Never even watched it.
Is this a safe space?
I have an A showing, so we'll see.
I'm going to say 1992.
Guys, insurance, even money.
Wait, was The Nanny the one with the guy from Days of Our Lives and the girl that went every time she laughed?
Drescher,
I was going to say, is this a safe space?
Yeah.
It's safe.
Did you have a thing for Fran Drescher?
Hey.
It's fine.
Is that it?
It's fine.
Can I say hear me out?
Yeah, hear me out. I'm with you.
Okay. See, Dave and I.
What year?
You know?
Yeah, I'm with you, dude. Just don't speak. What year did you say, Chris?
92.
Did we check it?
Yeah.
92.
Not it?
Fran don't. I'll say 94.
Oh, Fran, 93.
We have a correct answer. Goes to Alan Stiles, 93. It should be him, all right? Colin Kaepernick, happy birthday today.
Oh, can't wait for our text line. Colin Kaepernick is 37.
Oh. No, I don't think that's right. Colin? I think he's 34.
35.
Dave is closest, 38. Happy birthday to Roseanne Barr.
Is this a safe space?
71. Ew.
I'll say 69.
Hello, Alan.
72.
71.
Oh, 271. So you guys tie. 73.
No, I won. I said 72.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you said 71.
Yet another sitcom star Alan grew up with a crush on.
What's a safe space?
No.
That one, no. I was kidding.
Hey, hear me out, dude. What's coming up on the show today?
Precious.
The Drive Guys, weekdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
on Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety Grainger, click Grainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're 55 or